Guys, what's going on? Guys,
Hello, everyone.
here we are, guys. Here we are on a Sunday. I hope you guys had a good day. Guys, I don't know why. I was super sick, and then I got better, and then I got sick again. So if I have to mute to cough, guys, I don't know. But before now, I hadn't been sick in like 3 years. And now all of a sudden I just got hit. But I can soldier on through. So guys, we have a full panel. I dropped the link for Discord members first, and then we'll probably open up the lines in about 45 minutes. But guys, we are going to talk about money today, right? That's going to be finances. Because guys, we realize all of us on the panel, I think that Snowboard is probably the youngest at all of us. Jessica, how old are you again?
I'm almost 40.
Yeah, so Snowboard is the youngest of all of us. So I think that I had talked to all of you guys individually because all of us are, in our late 30s, early 40s, 50s, accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's a lot of guys that watch this channel that are like 18, 19 to about 28 that can kind of use some of the knowledge that we have about finance, investing, starting your own business, not giving money to freaking 304s. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of knowledge that we can give these guys. So, but let's see, guys. Let's drop some news first, though, guys, because there's 2 news stories that I want to show you guys really, really fast, and then we will get into the topic. Guys, look at this. Look at this.
The clock is ticking, but there's...
All right, Jessica, so you're in Switzerland, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you've heard about the whole food stamps benefits thing, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so look at
a light at the end of the tunnel for those on SNAP benefits. Today, 2 federal judges ruled the Trump administration must pull from the country's contingency fund to keep those in the federally funded program fed. Both judges rejected the Department of Agriculture's claim that it couldn't use contingency funds during the shutdown. U.S. District Court Judge John McConnell in Rhode Island said, quote, "The shutdown of the government through funding doesn't do away with SNAP. It just does away with the funding of it." The ruling comes just hours before those benefits are set to expire. Changes to SNAP benefits could create fear, uncertainty, and tough choices for shoppers.
Fox 5's Talia Kirkland, she spoke with a local grocer trying to keep his store safe while serving his community.
The owner of Mario's West Side Market says that...
look at this broad. It's like Marshawn Lynch. Look at the size of this broad shoulders, dude. Look at that.
Baby, I'm gonna butter your bread.
Guys, the streak of hot news anchors has been broken to pieces, dude.
This area used to be completely open so that customers could walk right in. But now they've created a barrier, forcing customers to walk out through the checkout lines.
What? So in other words, guys, the regular store is like the liquor store now. You know how the liquor stores, oftentimes they have one pathway through so they can stop people from stealing, right?
Yeah.
So guys, they expect people to run up in the grocery store.
We have security, and I've upped, hired some more.
Jesus, look at this guy right here. Look.
We now come
My God.
Mario Berlanga, the owner of Mario's West Side Market, told Fox 5 he increased security in his store from 2 officers to 4.
I don't want to do that, because I don't want people coming in here thinking that I don't trust them.
Berlanga is like grocers nationwide who are now bracing for the unknown as SNAP benefits end for millions of Americans.
You got people walking in the stores, putting things in their purse and things.
getting
Gonna
by.
look like Mad Max out there, guys. They have the dude in the Jason mask and the freaking leather outfits and stuff sitting there. You know what I mean?
Because they can't
This
pay
guy's,
for the food that they want to eat.
like
And
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
that's Berlonga's fear. He says the changes are intended to protect his employees' safety and the store's bottom line by redirecting shoppers to the checkout line.
And I've been watching on the news and on Facebook and stuff where people are just loading up baskets.
Yeah. Nug and Glocktavia just loading stuff up and walking on out. This one lady pulled the gun on another lady. She was like, "Don't you be touching my cart," and pulled out the Glock.
And then hitting the door. And it scares me, because this is my livelihood. This is where I feed my kids.
Data released from the Las Vegas Metro Police Department show that shoplifting cases are on the rise.
Damn.
Up more than 12% from last year, the department says.
12%.
From January 1st to October 26th, they've received 6,104 reports of shoplifting.
If it gets bad enough, they'll get desperate, and desperate people do desperate things.
Despite the uptick in crime, Berlanga says the market is one of the only places to get fresh produce in his community, so he and his co-owners have no plans of closing their doors. And for now, they'll remain vigilant and continue to serve.
So we're part of the community, not just a business in the community.
Outside of those precautionary measures, the owner says there will be no other additional changes. Inside of Mario's Westside Market, I'm Talia Kirkland, Fox 5, local Las Vegas.
Look at that, guys. Hey, isn't it funny, guys? All of us will be just fine, right? That's why I always say, guys, make yourselves essential, save, invest, right? Here's the other one, guys. Right here. Look at this. Man tried to evict ex for 5 years. Look at this.
Tenant laws could change in the district as council weighs
This chick's hot too, man. She looks like a better looking Meghan Markle. You know what I'm saying?
a vote on the Rental Act.
And it all comes as one man tells us it took him 5 years to evict someone from his own rental property.
Look at that.
And they never paid a dime. Katie Barlow has the exclusive story. Our chief legal correspondent live tonight from Northwest D.C. with the details.
It's difficult to evict someone in Washington, D.C. and
Of course it is. Of course it is. L.A., San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Chicago, Newark, New York, D.C., Miami. Do I need to keep going?
I have a question.
Baltimore, right?
Which gender is most often evicted?
Women. Of course.
Women, okay. Which gender will shoplift usually?
Women.
Women. Which gender will benefit from the welfare and stuff like that?
Females.
Talking about horse people.
Women.
Last question.
He had a great
During
point. I think he has another question still.
Yeah, last question. During these videos we watched, how often has this fact been said or mentioned?
Not a single time.
Not a single time. But we all know, all men know. But we're always like put into this vague group in which we don't belong. They should say women get evicted or women stay in places where they should not stay. Women need money, but they don't, and that creates this false narrative that they are strong and independent. So just wanted to mention that.
There's a big pink elephant.
They have no problem with propagating.
There's not an elephant. There's no elephant there. Nuh-uh. What are you talking about? It's like,
but they have no problem propagating the lie that they are the
exactly.
most educated and most.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
It's by design. It's a policy choice made over many years. Today, the D.C. Council is considering the Rental Act, which could change some of the dynamics between landlords and tenants if it gets passed. But this case appears to be a particularly egregious example of how the law currently works in the district.
It's been a nightmare. This is 6 years of my life.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the worst eviction case we've ever had. I mean, 6 years to evict somebody is just crazy.
It was a relationship gone bad that turned into a nightmare for Doug Cleary. He was with a woman for 3 years when they broke up.
Yes. exactly. Some
He
human.
tried to evict her from a house that he owned, one they originally intended to share.
We just had, a normal boyfriend-girlfriend relationship until
It's his ex. Oh my God.
the trouble started in September 2019.
His ex first tried to claim that they were married under common law. That took the property up for years before a D.C. judge said that was never true.
And she stayed there from 2019 when the eviction started, through almost the end of 2025. She has not paid a penny towards anything.
After he won the common law marriage fight, Doug returned to the landlord-tenant branch of D.C. Superior Court to try to get his house back. It took 5 years, in part because his ex filed multiple appeals, twice getting an emergency stay from the...
I just burned the damn place down. Straight up, dude. I'm serious. I'm dead ass. Or I'd have paid like 5 bums just live there. I said, guys, I'll give you $500 for every week that you're in there. You know what I'm saying? Here you go.
You can shit inside.
Or say you have to clean it for roaches.
What's that?
So you have to clean it for roaches and put those say you have to clean it for roaches and put those bombs, those like smoke bomb things in there, and
Yeah.
let her breathe that in.
I would go find the most mentally ill, fentanyled out homeless people and say, I'll give you all the drugs you want. You just got to do them in there.
D.C. Court of Appeals, even though she disobeyed court orders to pay a bond and to put money in escrow.
But one thing that she's doing is she's wasting time through bureaucracy. So she's taking advantage of how slow bureaucracy moves and keeps filing like an extension, and she also did it during the cough. So she knew how to play the game, and she played it pretty good. I mean, 5 years of no rent is, it's a lot of money.
You notice they said that she didn't follow the court orders. She didn't follow the court orders, and that's the most frustrating part of dealing with women in the legal system is they always get away with that.
We see it on this channel where judges are extremely lenient and forgiving with some of the most outlandish behavior. But I always say, never underestimate a female's propensity towards irrationality.
That's true.
They will work the system.
No, they lack
a lot of
shame.
these systems
They
were
have
designed
no
for
shame.
them.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
From the courts or across the board.
Krieger is an experienced housing lawyer in the region. He says D.C. has made it too difficult to evict someone, even in a case less challenging than this one.
There's also so many just basic technical requirements that could be a problem for a landlord, even if the occupant is not difficult. Like if you don't have GPS coordinates on the pictures showing that you posted the notice, the case gets dismissed.
Doug says she never paid rent, which should have been $4,000 a month over 5+ years. Plus, he had to pay legal fees to get his house
Oh
back.
my God.
I don't even
That's a
want
lot
to
of
try to
money.
calculate how much money I've spent. My guess is at least 100,000.
Can I ask a
Probably
question?
more.
Yeah.
Which gender voted to make such behavior acceptable?
Oh, come on, Jessica.
come on,
That's a
dude.
dumbass
Yeah, we all-
question. Why are you asking that? Come on.
We all agree. I mean, everything we are watching right now is the outcome of completely outrageous, selfish behavior of women voting.
The women vote for all the craziest, most progressive, open
Which benefits
borders.
them.
No, it actually harms them the most.
Yes, but
open
they-
borders
on
harms
the
them the
short term,
most.
yeah.
Defunding crime harms them the most. Letting Mahmoud from friggin' Somalia or whatever over into the UK hurts them the most. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand these things. You look at the UK, France, all these feminists who are like, we have to open borders now. Like, we're being catcalled and attacked. Men need to save us. We ain't doing it. The whole Transformers thing. Men don't vote for LDHD. Women do. But then you have friggin' Stephanie, who used to be Steve, going upside their head in the MMA match, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, Corrigan and Jessica, please help me." Nope, we ain't doing it. So, guys, hold on. Tap, what's up, dude? Keyshawn's here, Laughing Man's here, Daniel's here, Kelvin's here, Rajai's here. How to get through all you guys? Cemetery's here, Steve's here, Whiteout's here. Paul Starlight's here. Vintage is here. LGH is here. Good to see all you guys Captain Palsy's here, and Christopher Jordan's here. Tim Hicks is here. What's up, guys? Now, guys. Okay. What do I?
And I just want to say this: they call it squatters' rights because the only people who take advantage of it are the people who squat to pee.
Wait,
hey,
Block's not here. Because Block's not here. I see what you've done. I see what you did.
Guys,
I just wanted to bring this up. You were talking about how the things that they vote for disproportionately affect them the most. When you think about like how women behave and how they act, I've noticed this with even like my own like sisters and mother. Like they never think ahead when it comes to like things that can go wrong. For example, like there's no plan that they have, like, when the car breaks down on the side of the road, or the plan is always to call somebody to come and save
Call a
them.
sim.
Right.
Call a sim.
It is never to really solve the problem themselves. It's always that they're going to call somebody. Somebody is going to arrive and do this thing for them
and repair their problem and provide an answer to their,
and they just don't have a plan because they never actually think about like eventualities. And I've noticed that this is just it's very pervasive in everything that they do in their behavior.
And it's not just here; it's just female nature.
Yes,
AJ
yes.
said,
And that's
AJ.
Yes.
AJ did a stream not too long ago where he said liberal women overwhelmingly tend to get with conservative men because they need that structure. They need a man that's going to save them and bail them out from their poor choices and bad decisions. Now, with that being said, when we go into our discussions on investing, I always tell people, look, we love women, we want women, but with that being said, in today's age, men, we have to be smarter.
Yeah. Yep.
This guy was not smart. He did not protect himself. And
Yep.
so a lot of the advice that I know that I'm going to lean towards tonight is about protecting and investing in yourself and trying to navigate some of these pitfalls.
Yeah. Guys, here, we'll do this last story and then we'll get in the topic. Guys, what do I always say about electing 304s, right?
A woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
Right? Come on, guys, look at this.
Representative A.J. Pittman is accused. Representative A.J. Pittman is accused of forging documents, including a $5,000 check in August 2024 and a $2,500 check in January this year.
AJ, they're talking about you.
That's not me, right, guys?
Way more money.
How did we know that it was going to be a B-dub, right?
Because the low amounts of money.
Yeah, $2,500. Are you serious? You're gonna possibly lose your freedom and lose your career for this?
Man, we go big or
you
go
could do
home.
Uber Eats and get more money than this in a couple of weeks. I said, Reza, shut up. He said, how could you? Shut up, man. But guys, they're so stupid. What, guys? I never condone doing dirt, right? At all, doing anything illegal. But if you are going to, guys, do it for life-changing money. I'm talking 7-8 figures, okay? I'm talking money where if you get away with it, you never have to work again,
Yeah,
But for
risk versus the rewards.
Thank you.
Just
Guys, hit
to
the like
use
button.
my quote, man. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Always.
Guys, hit the like button on the way in. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Yep. Yeah.
And one
Similar
more
allegation.
thing. One more thing. If you're gonna do this and be stupid, make sure you go to a country with no extradition treaty.
Thank you. And guys, jump on a boat, not a plane. Yes, see, one of the guys that robbed the Louvre was in the airport. Dude, get on a boat. Get on a boat and sail to North Africa. What are you doing? The guy's an idiot,
Were made against Pittman in 2020 and 2022, and she had previously agreed to a restitution and a fine related to those, according to a search warrant. Pittman was accused of using campaign funds for personal use. She was directed to repay her campaign account a total of $35,000.
Man, guys, when it comes to finance, don't do this, okay?
Over a 3-year period after the 2020 and 2022 allegations. She was required to pay $12,000 to her campaign account by May 31st of this year. The search warrant says in August this year, Pittman gave the Oklahoma Ethics Commission a $5,000 cashier's check from Sovereign Bank. Pittman then asked the Oklahoma Ethics Commission for an extension, repaying the remaining $7,000 owed this year. However, she gave the commission a copy of a $2,500 check from Sovereign Bank that she said she used to repay her campaign account. That check was also dated January 27th, 2025. Sovereign Bank told investigators that it never issued the cashier's check after the Oklahoma
So she wrote a fake check while she's paying back being convicted for fraud. What an absolute!
I was
gonna say the check bounced.
God,
you stupid woman!
It didn't even bounce. It was a fake check.
Guys, quick question: should we believe all women?
What a joke.
The commission became suspicious that that check was forged. That's according to the search warrant. In 2024, when Pittman agreed to repay her campaign account, she agreed to provide the Oklahoma Ethics Commission with receipts for campaign transactions. However, she told investigators that her office building had flooded numerous times, and all the receipts were destroyed. When the commission asked for documentation of the flooding on May 6, 2024, Pittman emailed a Microsoft Word document dated May 5th, 2024 that said the office building was destroyed due to continuous water intrusion. But when the commission clicked on the document's info setting, investigators found that the document was created on May 6th, and it was last updated by Anastasia Pittman, who is
Dumbass.
AJ's mother and another former Oklahoma State representative. That took place at 5:09 p.m. The document was emailed to the Oklahoma Ethics Commission at 5:11 p.m. The OEC accused AJ Pittman of fabricating and forging the document to conceal campaign finance documents. While the investigation continues, she has not yet been formally charged. In Oklahoma City, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.
Guys, so Secret sent this
wow. This is the final balls. PPL final balls.
Guys, look at this. Guys, here. How much money do you think this chick took off with in PPP loans? Just throw a number out there.
PPP $5 million.
Okay.
Or just $5 million.
Nah, she's a B-dub. I'm gonna say less than 100K.
$24.
It's either gonna be like 500K or 50K.
Wait a minute. Wait, is this from PPP loan or is
PPP
this
loans.
from
PPP
food
loans.
stamps?
PPP loans.
Okay.
Yep. Anyone else have a guess? Matt?
I'm just gonna throw a wild one out there. Like
$26.
play the
$5
prices right strategy. 30 million.
I'd say 5 million.
Look,
Damn.
$34 million. What?
We gotta get this
34.
Look
Damn.
at that, guys. Elaine Angie Esco is one of her involvement in a conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, connection with the scheme as a fraudulently obtain over $34 million in cough relief funds. She submitted for 90 fraudulent applications for funds. Look at that. Between May 2020 and November 2021. The scheme resulted in the wrongful disbursement of $21.9 million in PPP loan funds, $1.2 million in RRF funds, and $3.8 in SVOG funds. After the funds were dispersed, Esco and others allegedly directed payments to each other and the businesses they controlled. They withdrew large sums of cash, used blank signed checks to conceal the origin and nature of the proceeds. Guys, she's gone. They are never, ever going to catch her. She's gone.
Now, is that life changing? Is that money
life changing? $34 million to do it. $34 million will Do it for me, man. You know what I'm saying? So look at that, guys. Look at that. So all right, guys. So I want to talk about cash, right? You know. So guys, I'll give a little bit of my backstory, right? So my late teens and early 20s, right? I was making a lot of money because I was in college in waiting tables. So I paid for most of my undergrad and then had some student loans for grad school, you know, but I always had money in the bank, like a good savings, and then small investments and a retirement, you know, but nothing too crazy. Now, I will admit that I should have in my 20s been doing more for my retirement. I actually didn't really start putting stuff into my retirement until I was like 31. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, wait a minute here, you know? But then I started making a lot more money from like 31 to last year. Like my income has gone up quite, you know, has almost quadrupled in the last 10, 12 years, you know? So now I'm maxing out basically everything. I bought the house and I'm gonna start buying rentals here soon, you know? So I think that when guys are young, they don't really understand that it doesn't really take much to actually start building up your retirement and investments. And I think it doesn't help because we see these crypto guys, and Jessica probably sees all these, you know, these YouTubers, well, stocks and other guys. You don't need $180,000 to start investing. You know what I'm saying? You can start small. And if someone would have actually explained that to me young, because my parents did really well, but they always had properties and other things, you know? So there wasn't really any reason for me to actually look into being like invest, you know, mutual funds or all this other stuff. So
I can add to that, AJ. Before investing, the first advice we have to give to every man is to never be in debt.
Yes, that's fact.
You have to avoid owing money to someone, and if you do, you have to honor your word. You know, because that's one of the most I'd say important things as a man is you have to be respectable and honorable and respected by your fellow men. Okay, so, and one of the things men respect is a man who has has a word which you can count on. You know.
Yeah.
So before investing, you gotta be you gotta hold yourself to your word. Okay, and everyone
really
here,
quick,
I suppose,
Jessica, hold on really fast. Look. So the average American has $92,727 in consumer debt.
Wait,
what?
Which gender of?
Yeah. This is mostly women.
About 80-20.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jessica, keep that thought though, just really fast, because this is what we're dealing with, you guys. So I know all you guys that listen to me, everyone in this chat, guys, we don't have any debt. Well, my only debt is my mortgage. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't have any debt. Guys, $92,727 in debt is absolutely insane. I know all you guys don't have crazy car payments. All you guys don't have crazy credit card debt or student loan debt. So Jessica is correct, guys. This is women. Because technically men do carry on average more credit card debt, but they don't count. They count business accounts as credit card debt. So if you have, let's just say that your snowboard, you have your own business, and snowboard has a company card that he gets gas points or mileage, so he puts everything up on his card and then pays it off. They would count that as Stephanie buying freaking Taylor Swift tickets on her.
Yeah, it's just all fuel costs.
Stress. Yep. Jessica, what were you saying?
No, just I was thinking about like what I should answer to the topic today, and My answer would be first that we should encourage every man, to follow a path in life which is accepted as respectable and honorable. And one of the ways to achieve that is to provide to try to provide value to society. No man should be a burden on society. Like women, they have no problem being on welfare, being in a home which they should not be in, like getting money in a divorce which doesn't belong to them. They have no shame in that. But men are, let's say, careful about concepts like honor, respect, and let's say virtue. So I just want to encourage every man to show what he's capable of, and for that you have to show that you can provide value to your peers, and at least not be a burden and not be in debt. And
Jessica, I want to give some pushback in regards to what you just said, because in almost every country I've been to, society is unforgiving when it comes to men being burdens. We don't have that luxury. The overwhelming majority of men do not have the luxury of being a burden to society.
As it should be, because we have to.
Exactly.
We lead society. We are the masters of the world. We have to lead our society towards a goal which we all enjoy, and everyone enjoys a society where we can be, let's say, protected from criminals, and to be safe, and to be surrounded by people who are not crooks, and stuff like that. So the best way to achieve that is to be yourself an example. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, every man within the sound of my voice, if you could take one piece of advice, live your life based on no one's coming to bail you out.
Yep, that's true.
Bingo.
Yep.
Bingo. Hey, I want to add on to what Jessica had to say. The big wake up call for me was, 15, 16 years ago when I heard that quote unquote nutcase Dave Ramsey on the radio. He said the borrower is the slave of the lender. And that's what drove the point home to me to get myself out of debt, because it was something that I had known, but there's things that you realize in life, but it isn't until somebody else flips the switch that it really rings true for you. Because I always felt like I was smothering because of the debt that my ex had put me into. When I heard those words, when I clicked into Ramsey and he said the borrower is slave to the lender, I said, oh, I knew I was right this whole time. And I dug myself out of that hole as quickly as I could.
What kind of debt was it?
Mortgage, my vehicle. Actually, I had a second mortgage as well. And I think I had some unsecured loans. Yeah. Most guys, when you divorce, you bite the bullet and you just take a lot of the debt, because the women always make it out like, well, he's the reason why we're always in debt.
Yeah.
And
you just cut your losses. You got to cut your losses to get out of
it. Exactly. Because I wanted to wash my hands of her as quickly as
because a man would always be able to rebuild himself from nothing if he's a smart man. So might as well just give them whatever it takes to get out of that, and just to restart your life.
Yeah.
And rebuild.
Tom Likas said the reason
fortunately for me, she monkey branched onto some sucker, and I had the biggest laugh out of all that.
There's a guy who used to call him Dan. He's in Thailand, and he was a colonel, I believe, a retired colonel, and his ex-wife left him. Took half of his retirement, whatever. But then she got with Nug after him and got the herp derp. So now every time he gets his VA check once a month, and he looks and sees half it's gone, he thinks about the herp derp, and it makes him smile. But do you see this guy's the average woman is $310,000 in debt in the United States.
I never had that much debt in my entire life.
Yeah.
10 grand, guys.
That
So
is
when I was
nuts.
when I was a licensed banker, one of the things that I enjoyed doing, whenever I had a client that was a regular, retiree, regular guy, who regular job, and now they're a millionaire or multimillionaire in retirement. One question that I like to ask is, how did you build your wealth? And one of the best pieces of advice to that question, shout out to you, Ed. He said you'll either have a nest egg or a goose egg, depending on which chick you end up with.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Can I
Yeah, of
point
course.
out something? Can you just go up a bit? You see, they say student loan debt is disproportionately higher for women than for men.
Yeah.
That's something which is obvious to us men. Why? Because women, they don't understand that the prestige of getting a college degree comes it's given by the importance and difficulty of the topic they choose. But what has happened nowadays is that they have made up some master's degree in underwater basket weaving and stuff like that, which are absolutely useless. And they charge these women to like these kind of outrageous sums just for their vanity. Okay, so they get their master's degree only to show off to their friends. When a man goes to college and pays such an amount, it's because he has planned that he will get it back tenfold in the future. So it's worth the investment. Women have no concept of let's say. Paying now in order to benefit later. They just take, and then they hope, they pray to God that their situation will magically, let's say, correct itself, and that's what we get right now.
Yeah.
Well,
don't forget what the Godfather always said: when they lose their jobs, what's the first place of refuge?
Go back to school.
Yep.
Yep.
Back to school.
And then they're going to manifest that repayment.
I would just want to second that. My sister, when she got out of, she graduated from Madison University of Wisconsin, and our father got his degree, and he did some teaching at the University of Chicago. She felt like it was really important to get a degree from Chicago. And she went into, this is just speaking to the prior person's point, like when these degrees, they become more about vanity than function. She went into like a master's program that was like accelerated for news, and they were charging her something crazy like $85,000 a year.
So the scam.
Yeah, and she failed out in the first year.
What?
Yes. Yes, she failed out in the first year. She couldn't hack it.
This is all really sad.
Program.
What?
I said, was Lori Lightfoot running it? Because it's Chicago. That's a scam.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all ridiculous, but like she took on, it was $85,000 in tuition, and then all of the ancillary, about $97,000 in just 1 year.
Yeah, my friend's brother's wife got her ND, so she was a naturopathic doctor and not an MD, right? Then by the time she couldn't find a job, so then she's like, "Oh, here, let's start having babies," and then wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. She's $240,000 in debt.
Jesus.
And then decided to not work until the oldest, the youngest was in school, and now she's just a nurse.
Well, here's my first piece of investment advice. Men, I always tell people that I coach and mentor, one thing I always tell them is investing in a woman will always be high risk and low reward.
That's fact.
Do not invest in a woman.
Yep.
No, it's a foolish endeavor.
It is.
No,
because
it's like a freaking black hole.
I've seen, I've seen the gamut. I've seen, from personal anecdotal experience, I know men that have, got with single moms and they had no kids, put their kid through private school, had a kid put them in private school, put them in school, and then once the kids graduate from college, and now because of all the education that he paid for, 6 figures, divorced, took house, and left them. I've seen people, invest in women in their education, and then they get put on, and then they leave him because, well, he's not upperly mobile. So I always tell people, invest in a woman will always be high risk and low reward. Don't do it.
Can I add
Invest
something?
in yourself.
Secret. Please stop using the word investing in women, dude. Women are nothing but liabilities.
Yeah, it's not investment because because at the very core, an investment means, in my opinion, is that there's the potential for return.
Yeah.
But I've had women tell me that women that that get upset with me because, and one of the reasons why they get upset with me is because they'll say, because you don't believe me, how come you won't invest in me? And I said, sweetie, I do investments for a living, and what's my potential return? When I invest, I expect the potential for profit. And so a woman will be real quick to shout out to you, why don't you invest in me? That's the word they use.
Can I add something? There's something. Men are bound and by some concepts which are not followed by women. And one of the things which usually red pills a guy is that he discovers that the virtues he follows naturally. The women do not, and it changes his mindset on life. What I mean by that is that men are bound sometimes by loyalty, by gratitude, by let's say respect. They want to pay back those who have helped them in the past. Obligation, brotherhood, like solidarity. But women, there's a law in nature. I'll just share that. It's called Briffault's law. Meaning that the female of a species, if she sees no use for the male in the present or future, will completely disregard what the male has done in the past for her, and she will just go and do something else with her life. Okay, so that's what's being said here with investing, is that because you invested, you helped her get her degree, helped her during her sickness, helped her with her debt. As soon as you cannot do it anymore, she completely vanishes without any second thoughts, so that's how they're able to divorce, leave, take all your money, and just go rebuild their life. They have absolutely no guilt about that. So yeah, that's why it's absolutely foolish to invest in
Are you
in a
saying
woman.
that biologically that makes their loyalty go away? So
Exactly. No, they don't have any sort of bind
Guys,
or link.
What do I always say, right? How many times this is? Men's inherent nature is selfless, and women's nature is selfish. That's just how that's how we're wired, and that's how they're wired. That's why, guys.
But
when we take the red pill, and then we start it, we have our aha moment. But when we do these prescriptions, where we start putting self first, it feels so weird because in a way that's against our nature to put our own interest first. Usually our interest is to help others, right? Our nature, we're actually going against our nature and actually protecting ourselves as a response to these modern women. That's why it's so difficult for guys to take the red pill and actually come to terms with what we know and see,
Yeah.
We've also been conditioned by society. Number one, stop thinking about yourself, and number two, quote, a real man would step up.
Can I say what my take on this is that let's put aside the other gender, the women. Okay, let's talk among men. Okay, and among men, I think the goal of every young man is to show that he is capable and can bring value and to other peers, okay? Because otherwise you're a burden, you're worthless, you're a loser, okay? And nobody here wants to be a loser. That's first thought you have. And once you have achieved that first goal, your next let's say commendable goal would be to be able to employ other men and help them in their daily lives. So for example, someone who is able to offer jobs to other men is someone worthy of respect, because it's really helpful, to have a job. I think we all agree. So someone who has created an environment where he can offer you a wage to work is someone who has achieved, has done more than enough for society. So yeah,
it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because so first of all the men that are listening to this right now, you're lucky, because a lot of these lessons, it took me years or even decades to learn these lessons, and I had to do it through the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
and so in regards to the way I move now, like there was a time where I took care of women, would break up fights and all this other stuff, or I'll be in a grocery store, a woman can't pay her bill, I'll pay her, buy her groceries. I used to do all that stuff. And now, over the past half decade, I've totally switched. And because now for me, I spend my resources trying to help men. So when I'm in these other countries, or whether it's Colombia or DR, if I see a man out there hustling, selling candies or flowers, something like that, to provide for his family, I will always, when I got to break them off, and and sometimes I'll buy stuff and not even take it.
Yeah. That's commendable. That's good, because you try to help
in the corner
yeah.
asking for money, starting with kids.
No, yeah, guys.
If I see a man out here trying to work and add value, I always break them off.
Yeah, guys, here's the thing. Don't be this guy. Watch.
Let me tell you, as a twice divorced guy, it's hard because you pay child support to two wives, and not that they don't need it, and not that they don't deserve it, and not that they're not working hard, but it leaves you financially tight. And financially tight when you live in an expensive area is hard to put a roof over your head at times, and it was hard for me. And I took a job that's going to provide me.
I was going to say, it looks like he's in a
hotel.
hotel.
Tell you this, in one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and hopefully pay me enough to cover all my financial responsibilities and save a little bit of money to get my feet under me and enjoy the work, do work that I'm pretty good at, and enjoy the experience and live in one of the most spectacular places in the world.
This guy's cooked.
Yeah.
He's cooked, guys. And guys, don't listen to guys like him. Listen to guys like us.
Yeah. And
guys, if you see this guy right here, hold on. Look at this guy, guys. Hold on. Guys, hold on. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Here's it.
Do you suck dick?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit. I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Oh, man.
This goes right back to what Secret was just saying just a minute ago. Guys our age, this is what we were taught. This is what we were constantly told when we were, teenagers and young adults. This is what we were told we were supposed to do.
Yep. And can I say?
Sorry. Hold on. Guys, let's go. So I told kind of my background. We'll go. I know Jessica, that is late for you, so we'll go Jessica, Korg, Snowboard, Secret, Matthew, and Colin. You just want to give like a summary, maybe, of your background and how you came to your decision making. I think that that'll help. Just
Okay.
summarize. Yeah. So
I'll try. So I'm just gonna be brief. I was born in the poorest country in Europe, which is Moldova, and I'm now living in Switzerland, which is the richest country in Europe, more or less. So, as you can guess, like to go from the bottom of the barrel to the top, you have to be both lucky and you have to take your life in your own hands. Okay. Aside from that, as you can see, it's a little. I was born in Chisinau, which is the capital, and what I want to say is that as I grew up, my goal was to become the best version of myself, and just to try to do the best I can with the cards I've been dealt. And I was lucky enough to be to have parents who were doctors in mathematics, even in Moldova, and my mother was able to bring me to Switzerland, where I got my master's in finance. Okay, so I achieved a good college education, and now I have my life here in Switzerland. I'm let's say I don't know what else I can add, but what I tried to, let's say, to follow and just as a personal direction is to always be a man of honest endeavor, and to always let's say be a good man, and that's a worthy path for.
Now, Jessica, I have a quick
anyone.
question for you, right?
Tell me.
So your family's from Moldova, which is a
Yeah.
poor country. How do you feel when you see these knuckleheaded, pinko, commie TikTokers that are like, I'm socialist, we hate capitalism, as they live in America and they sip their freaking Starbucks?
Well, it creates a lot of I would say sadness and exasperation, because like I like many men, I think when we think about like the Second World War, okay, imagine that generation, what they went through. Okay, those who stormed the beaches, those men who were like 18, 20 years old, they were gunned down on the beaches, so to know that, and then to hear these modern soy boys who just whine for anything, it's infuriating. Sorry.
Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Korg.
Yo.
Oh, tell us about your background and what has influenced your financial decision making, as much as you want to tell us.
I'll tell you what influenced a lot of my financial practices, and that is I'm a Gen Xer. My parents were born 23 and 31, and they still had that freaking Depression era mentality.
Representative.
What's that?
No. I hit the button on accident.
Okay. And I was never really allowed to have money as a kid. And anytime I had money, my mother just lost her frickin' mind. And so and they were always giving me well, you need to work for money. And so to this day, I still do a lot of scrapping. Learned how to tear down electric motors for copper, thanks to some YouTube videos to find the easiest way to do it. And that was one thing I was going to say to some of you younger guys out there is, man, start picking up laundry machines, washing machines, dryers and stuff on the side of the road, tear down those electric motors. I've got probably 40, 50 pounds of copper sitting in my garage right now. Copper prices are through the roof. Same with brass and things like that. So I still do that on the side. As I alluded to earlier, I don't want to say I got wiped out in divorce, but I took basically a couple torpedo hits. Unfortunately, before I met and got married, I was in the Navy. I had I had an IRA, I had a very fat checking account, and I had a very fat savings account. And man, did she wipe through that like nobody's business.
Man, sorry to hear that, man. Damn.
No, that's okay. That's okay because, how do I want to say this? There's people who will tell you, here's what I wouldn't do in life. And it's like, I was just thinking in the early 90s, there was a Navy buddy that was talking to me about women. And he said, you need to realize that women are just children. And I was still in that blue pill beta mentality of, oh, come on, man, that's just not true. Women are real capable and this and that, but you keep seeing the conflicting stuff that's out there and, learn the hard way through that. But fortunately, I didn't get too damaged by it. And the Ramsey stuff helped me. But the thing I didn't do that Ramsey always says is, don't invest in retirement until you are completely debt free, except for the house. And so I kept, every time I changed jobs, I kept padding my 401k as good as I could. So, and then I dodged probably 2 attempts at trying to get remarried by women who really, really, really wanted to get married after that. And that's basically where I am right now.
Cool, man.
Hey, Joe.
Why is my thing not
Yeah.
working?
Sounds like your wife almost hit you with a torpedo.
Look at this guy. Guys, why do we put up with this guy?
I keep petitioning to get him banned, but it never goes anywhere.
But guys, do you see the debt breakdown by generation? Gen X has more debt on average than
That's unbelievable.
Wow. Wow.
That guys. Yeah. Snowboard.
Yeah. So I have a couple of points that I'll make is or that I wanted to make earlier is like as far how he was talking about debt and having like no debt. that's a really important thing on a lot of other like levels too, because like being in debt can also like make you like sick because you're like worrying about it and stuff, and the ability to like why do women have more debt? Because they don't care about really keeping their word. Like that's kind of in a way what bankruptcy is too. Like oh, I just get off the hook completely of it and I get to like restart over again. I think that is a important concept. Basically. But yeah, I work for myself. I have 2 businesses that I do. But for me, like my ideal wealth in a way is the ability to not work for someone else, to own your own time, spend your time how you want. Like, I like going snowboarding and stuff. So like I can like go do that if I want to, pretty much when I want to. And to me, that was, I can't like go all over the world and do it and stuff like that. But being able to have freedom of time is pretty cool. So sometimes I actually put that a bit before money, in a sense.
Yes, only 10% of people in the United States are self-employed.
Wow,
10%.
geez.
Yeah, that guy.
It's funny you say that, Snowboard. One of my isms is, retirement is when it becomes your choice if you want to continue trading hours for dollars.
Yeah. I don't work hourly, never. Yeah,
that's
I'd never.
Yeah, well, guys, I would say
that's just me. That's for me. Yeah.
That one of the part. There's a couple milestones in your manhood, right? Number one is when you realize that your mom and dad aren't mommy and daddy anymore. They're just adults, and yes, you should take their opinions under advisement, but they put their draws on one leg at a time, right?
Right.
And number two is when you realize how much your time is worth. You should, by your late 20s, know exactly how much your time is worth. Like, wait a minute, hold on, I'm not getting paid enough. You know what I'm saying? And then you should set a good estimate and don't stop until you get there.
Yeah.
Because nothing makes you feel better at work than that feeling they're actually being compensated enough. You know? That'll allow you to actually get up and, you know, drive to work every day. Is when you go, you know what? I'm gonna get a good check. You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so
it
many people
really does.
they get pissed off because they know that they're not getting what they're worth. They're just freaking too stupid or too lazy or too dumb to actually go out and get it, and then blame other people, which is what a lot of women do. The wage gap argument, pay transparency, all this crap, all this loser mentality. Glass is half empty. I deserve what someone else has. Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's all it is. You know. So, snowboard. How long have you owned your own business, and what can you tell guys about owning their own business?
Getting close to 10 years.
Nice. Oh, congratulations, man. Look at that. Look at this guy over here. Yeah, congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, like that's one thing I would say, like, for doing a self-employed route, you're taking a lot more risks, basically. So it's a much different thing, but also too, there's a lot more vulnerabilities you have too. So there's that, and also too, like I was saying before, the ability to do kind of you can only be entrepreneurial more if you have time to kind of screw. Like, that's a creative edge when you kind of have some time to like screw around, let your guard down, and like play, for lack of a better term. That helps a lot for being an entrepreneur, and you have to know how to sell. So this is a big thing for money. You got to know how to be able to sell yourself, sell what you're doing. Sell someone on an idea. Be a good communicator with people and stuff. But knowing how to sell, you always kind of will have an opportunity for money. And someone who is saying what I'm saying is who Sea Grip Monster will give a 22 in the street or something like that, because you're not like annoying people trying to sell them all the time, but like if you have any type of business or anything, or you always will have money coming in, because you can also have times when there's no money coming in too. So, and the way you can start doing something for yourself is you just start doing it on the side. So like either after work or on the weekends, and then you take your all your vacation days at your current job, and then you just start also working on those days, and then just commit to it after that, pretty much.
Right on, man. So how long did it take you to actually go full time into your business?
That's a pretty good question. I would say like I probably did that for like 6 months, where I kept like working for myself, like after work and stuff. I also was like hustling in just like a car too. Like I was doing tree work and I just had like a Lincoln Town car, actually. I looked like hood as hell, and I didn't even clean up they were just hiring me to like drop the trees, kind of. Like I don't know, I kept attracting that type of work, which was pretty cool. So that is one other thing where I will say I have a sort of wealth, because I do something that I really like. I would basically almost do it for free. I really do. Not every, like, there are parts of it that suck, but there are aspects of it that I do actually really like doing. And I think even if I had a lot of money, I still would kind of like do what I'm doing pretty much, because it's also like there's a lot of puzzle solving into it too. Like it's an art form too. Sometimes. So I'm doing like tree work, but it's cool to be able to drop certain trees in certain ways and stuff. It's like it's also pretty fun. So a lot of times when people say the thing like, oh, like follow your passions, sometimes that's actually garbage. So I never grew up doing that. I probably started doing that job when I was like 23 or something like that. And had I been exposed to it earlier in life, it would be like, oh, I'm just gonna like do this, and then make a company and stuff. So I have another like side company that's like more of a hobby. Again, another kind of hobby thing that I did on the side with a friend. We would make, so I live at a lake and I paddleboard a lot, and kayak and stuff like that. And I noticed like no one has like any kayak racks. So I just started building those, and it became actually a pretty good side business. And that's what I'm saying. The sales, when I'm there doing a kayak rack job, I'm going to like definitely sell you on tree work. Like
sweet, man.
Pretty good amount. So that's what America needs and money needs. You have to be like willing to make a deal kind of in a way and be a closer. Have that attitude at least.
So people always give sales a hard time, and nothing happens in this world or in life or in this economy unless a sale is made. And we
nothing
always gotta,
moves till a sale is made. Period.
And even in your own relationships and family, selling them on your ideals, or living a good, moral, just life and everything like that. We're always selling. And my view has always been, when it came to sales, is that if I want to make more money, I have to find more ways to be of service and add more value and get in front of more people.
Yeah, and do that wherever you go all the time. So that's another thing too. Like I'm able to do other things because they're like, oh, well, this person's trustworthy and stuff. So even though I'm mostly cutting trees, it could be they ask me to watch their house when they're gone. They really trust you and things like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, Snowboard, in regards to you, how much business have you gotten, or how many opportunities have been presented to you because someone recommended you? And often someone you don't even remember. Someone who did business with you, give you opportunities simply because of your reputation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's like 70% of the customers. I don't even advertise, have stickers on a truck or anything. I can be like just the guy. I can be in a car and still make really good money. I'm not doing that obviously, but I like the skill of it too. I mostly do it on my own with minimal equipment, so I have like no overhead. I'm never in debt. Everything I have is fully paid off.
Nice.
So I've never really had much debt at all. And I've never even made car payments. So I'm like that kind of guy.
Guys, here, let's stop for a second. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you do not have a car payment. Does anyone on this panel have a car payment?
Nope. No. I haven't had a car payment. I haven't had a car payment since 2008.
Let's go. Let's go. The average cost of a new car is $50,000 now. These idiots, these ridiculous. Stupid broads, are paying for this. Guys, think of this, guys. They're talking about, look at all these ones. Totally awesome. What's up, dude? Bismilla's here. Jeff's here. All these ones, guys. All these ones. Julius has one.
Who's got the oldest car?
One. Oh, yeah, guys. Who has the oldest car here? Put the oldest car here.
2000.
Mine is. What's that?
I've got an 01 that I've been driving for 4 years, and I've got an 06 I've been driving for 16.
Nice.
I have a legit Acura Integra Type R 2000. Only 500 of those.
Man.
Don't tell me I got the newest car. Okay, no. Totally awesome in the chat got me beat. I have a 2015 Nissan Altima, but it only has, it has less than 63,000 miles on it.
And it has all 4 wheels and not 3 donuts. It doesn't have the windows busted out.
Well, as
and the furry thing on the steering wheel.
My passenger rear tire does need
CD
air.
player
So I got to put some air in tomorrow.
Oh no! Laughing Man says that he doesn't own his own business. He's self-employed. Laughing Man, dude, you gotta hit me up.
Yeah, nice.
Guys, so Laughing Man, he buys stuff and then he chemically removes the silver from things. He has a channel. He's gonna start uploading to it, but he actually shows the process. He'll go around to like yard sales and buy like stuff that's silver or like the things, and he'll actually do the chemical process of extracting
phones, electronics, computers,
silver.
laptops.
Yeah, and he has
Okay, so he's a scrapper as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate that, my friend.
When you get his channel up and running, post
And I want my
I want to join it.
medication, and I want my croutons, please.
Yeah, Laughing Man. Yeah. Put your channel and send it to me on Discord really fast, so I can drop the link here, guys. Because he has a couple videos up, but just give him a sub real fast. He is gonna start posting stuff. We've been talking behind the scenes, and he's getting a new setup so he can film directly from his vantage point as he's doing the chemicals and everything. He just doesn't have the setup. So yeah, I've seen some of his stuff, man. It's really, really cool. So guys, look at this dunderhead right here, and let's see some of the businesses that she's set up. Okay, look at this. There's copyright music.
What is it? An Etsy store?
Yeah. She only did it for 3 months. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Yes.
Okay, upcycling watches is probably the closest to a decent business.
I was just thinking that. She's not sticking with anything long enough for it to become successful.
Right. They keep thinking it's just all supposed to be easy money.
Yeah.
Well, and that it's always going to change, and that there's going to be no repetition to it.
Right.
Yeah, someone says that there. I think the problem is that you gave up after 1 month.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And you're not, you're not a closer either. She had to be going hustling those fucking candles.
This, man.
That's
But
part
man,
of the problem.
Steve and him in the chat. And that's the danger of this type of chick, because she will tell you she's an entrepreneur, serial business creator, and everything along those lines, because she is pretty enough for one of us to come along and be Captain Saber.
Thank you. Yep.
Here I come to save the day.
They want to achieve their dreams, but they want you to bankroll it for them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't going to be one of us. It's going to be some sim.
Yeah.
I want you to invest in me and my business.
You don't believe in me and my dreams? Yeah, just because I don't pay rent, once my business takes off, I'll pay. You're supposed to support me. Guys, don't do it, guys. I always say this, guys. We have to draw clear battle lines between ourselves and these broke, knuckleheaded 304s.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die.
Guys, this is these creative types, right? These are the same chicks who want to be actresses and singers and artists and all this crap, entrepreneurs, which means that they just don't want to work. Yeah.
And they use AI and Chat GPT to do most of their stuff anyways too. Or they find ways to they're just gonna do drop shipping and be like, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It'll be something like that.
Seagrip, your turn.
Oh man. Well, Well, most of the guys that have been following me for a while know that I grew up poor, housing projects, and you know, I have literally made almost every money mistake and relationship mistake that you can make. I jokingly say, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. So when I say that I've learned from the life of hard knocks, I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious. Growing up, I didn't really have good role models. One of my mentors used to say, as children, we don't lack capacity, we only lack a teacher. And I never really had a good teacher. And so I always had a good work ethic and was, above average looks. So that got me a lot of things. And so I pretty much spent, my life, I spent 30 years pretty much living a life of having fun and experiences. I would go out and I always had a good work ethic, good sales. And so I would make a crap ton of money. And then I would take a year or so or two off and I'll go travel somewhere and live in another country. And so I spent, literally 30 years of my life just traveling, having fun and, prioritizing, women, sex, and fun. So, like I said, I made almost every mistake that you could make. And what turned everything around for me was the Great Recession mortgage meltdown. And so by 2014, I went from making, six figures to having to take a job, paying $36,000 and literally had to start over from scratch. And that's when I made the decision that I need to learn to be better at money, learn how to invest. And so I decided I went to work for a bank, took a entry-level job to get in. And one of the first lessons I learned was the power of the side gig. And so I went and got a side gig that gave me knowledge and skills and credentials to assist me with my day gig. That's the best advice I can give right there. If you can get a side gig that will enhance or give you better opportunity when it comes to your main gig. So this side gig, I was able to get my insurance licenses. And then when the opportunity presented itself, I ended up becoming a senior banker. And then when the opportunity came to be a licensed banker, I already had half the requirements because I already had my insurance licenses. So when the opportunity presented itself, I was ready. And so that began the path of me building up my accounts. I started learning how to trade, and I opened up my first brokerage account with $2,000.
Nice,
and
man.
I started learning how to trade options. Another thing one of my mentors used to say, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
That's nice, man. That's nice, man. Yeah, that's some knowledge. Yeah. Hey guys, here's the thing.
So, Go ahead, AJ.
Guys, once again, if you think that you have people in your life that are going to annoy you now, and everyone unmute, please. I want you to sound off. If you think people in your life annoy you now, wait until you actually get successful, right, guys? Right? Wait till you start winning, right? You'd be shocked, guys. On this panel and in the chat, have you not had people in your life who were and then you started winning? You know what I'm saying? Maybe somehow you went on a trip, or maybe somehow you did something not to show off money, but maybe like, you got a new TV, or maybe you got a new snowboard, maybe you got a new something. And next thing you think, all the backhanded compliments come, all the player hating comes, all the pocket watching comes, rat bastards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it must be like, you get these people who are like, well, damn, Colin, it must be so nice to be able to buy an old supercar. I mean, damn.
I mean, I wouldn't spend my money on that, but you must be, please, come on, dude.
And you know what the appropriate response is? Yes, it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. Well, Colin, you think because you bought a really nice car, you're better than me? You go, yes.
You know,
yes,
actually,
I do.
You know, actually,
no, I don't think I know.
I know. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, actually, as a matter of fact, I'm about to tell one of these sons of bitches that that tomorrow, in fact, I'm gonna buy another Audi.
Yeah, there you go, guys. You would be shocked.
Are you gonna buy a second Audi for when the first Audi is in the shop and then flip them around?
Yeah, no, actually, no, seriously. Tomorrow, I'm going to go look at it. It's another 03. It's an A4 wagon. And it's
sweet.
Yeah, no, it's just it's just gonna be basically my daily beater, the daily driver. Just it's gonna need some work, obviously, but dude, those cars, they were my bread and butter. I'm just gonna fix it up, and that's gonna be my daily beater. And then I've got obviously the 12-second car, and then I've got Blanca, my little rocket sled, dude. I'll be set, dude. I'm chilling like a pimp.
Yeah, these people who want to have an opinion on your success, guys, especially coworkers once you get promoted, family members once you get a little money, guys.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
That's all you got to tell them. And guys, you'll be shocked. It can be someone who you thought was your friend, your mentor, one of your best customers, someone. They'll say something, and it's kind of a blessing, guys. Because, guys, have you ever had a job or a person say something and it let you know exactly what they thought of you? You're like, oh, okay. That's a blessing,
Let me throw this in there. When people are talking trash about you, that's when you know you're doing well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they're trying to do the crabs in the bucket and pull you down. Because like in my background, I tell people, I joined the Navy to learn electronics repair, and I dropped out of tech school. And so they shipped me off to the fleet, and I had to play bosun mate for about a year. And everybody in deck departments said, you can just forget about getting out of deck department. It ain't going to happen. So I played, deck monkey, painting, break and rust, line handling, anchor dropping, all that. And about a year, 14 months later, I was out of deck department working in IT.
Nice.
And less than a year into IT, I was running the day shift.
Nice.
So
nice.
I basically I'm goal oriented, and that's what I always encourage younger guys to do is find a goal and don't let anybody distract you from that goal. And you have to lay out a plan. How SMART goals are, I can't remember what the acronym for SMART is for goals, but I know the M means for measurable,
Specific, measurable,
set waypoints, and figure out how you're going to get there.
Yeah, and guys, you have to do relationship audits too. About once
every
2 years, and see it. I know you weren't finished. So you can finish here in a second, but guys, every 2 years around, I need you to write down every single person that's in your locus of control, that's on your little island, and write down the pros and cons of knowing them. Guys, if there's more cons than pros, guys, I'm telling you, guys.
Yeah!
What? Get rid of them, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't need them. See, that's what you were saying?
Yeah. The mentality I take is that, people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. One of my mentors used to put it, there are 5-minute people, there are 1-hour people, and then there are 3-day people. And the problem that we make is the mistake that we make is we try to take 5-minute people and turn them into 1-hour or 3-day people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so I know for me, like I said, made a lot of mistakes, and we've all heard the age-old adage, you'll never lose women chasing money, but you'll always lose money chasing women.
That's fact. Yep.
And so, so I spent 3 decades just doing that. And hindsight being 2020, you can always say it's been fun and everything like that. But like I said, when I say a lot of lessons that I've learned in regards to relationships and women and everything along those lines, it's because I did the reps. But with that being said, if I could do things all over again,
here, let's save that at the end of all of our summaries. We'll do if we could do it over again.
Yeah.
So,
but with that being said, happy ending. I'm in a position now to where even at 54, more than likely I'll probably retire within the next 3 to 5 years, depending on my goals and everything on lines. But I'm in a position now where technically, if I wanted to, leave my daytime job and and start working on my side business and everything, and I could, and that was something that I really worked hard for, to where I would never be dependent on no man, no company, or no government or economy. When it comes to providing for myself the basic necessities of life, and that's a good place that we all should strive to get to.
Yep.
Good for you,
that's
man.
called making yourself essential, guys. We'll move on to that after we talk about what we would do different. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm gonna move on to next, is the concept of making yourself as essential, meaning that you can get some type of employment or income where all this political upheaval and all it just doesn't affect you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to always make money. You look at snowboard. There's always going to be trees. Snowboard's job is not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He'll always have work. Secret trades. He'll always have money. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. So I think we're on Matt.
So I grew up farming. Secret, you said that you grew up poor. I grew up poor as well. And it was on a dairy farm just outside of Sheboygan, and I joined the Army shortly after 9/11. I actually was in an ROTC scholarship to go to school, and that shifted. I was originally going to go to get a law degree and go into the JAG Corps. I tested very high when it came to the skills that are like a prerequisite for that, law school. And that was like my plan. And that shifted after 9/11 because of the way that the Army went about recruiting people for jobs that it needed. And I got shifted into the Special Forces. That was a voluntary thing. Those were choices that I made along the way. I served my time. I won't go into specifics publicly, but I loved what I did. I got injured doing it. Came home from being injured overseas, dramatically injured. Spent 13 months in a hospital in rehabilitation, everywhere from Germany to Virginia to Wisconsin, where I finished out the last of my treatment, and then transitioned to finishing my undergraduate degree and then going on to get a graduate degree in education. And I spent probably 17 years teaching. And now I'm transitioning into helping other veterans with substance abuse issues, because
Nice, man.
I had a real substance abuse problem coming back from war. I would not talk about my experiences with anybody. And so I carried those things around kind of in the dark. The way that I learned to cope was that I would drink like a bottle of whiskey every night in order to sleep. And that was just how I lived my life. That's how, like, I would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, shower, go to school, teach my classes. And by 6 p.m., I was, that train was leaving the station. And I was downing hard whiskey like people drink water. And that's how I lived my life. And I'm 4 years sober now.
Congratulations, man.
I will never go back to that. That was a nightmare. I want to say that my substance abuse problems, I didn't have one when I went over to Iraq. And getting shot and getting put on Oxycontin and oxycodone. I've talked with UHA about that, and I've talked with Snowboarder about it. Being on that medication and having untreated PTSD and severe insomnia, it really lends itself to the negative coping mechanisms, which is drinking every night. That's how a lot of men for a long time have always self-medicated when they've come home from war. That's a very common thing. I just didn't know I didn't see the value in talking about my experiences. I didn't think that there would be any cathartic value. And, once I learned how to do that and the value of doing that, I don't have the problems that I did when it comes to sleep, regulating my emotions, being productive, all those things. Really substance abuse trapped me in like a prison of my own making.
Wow. Hey, Matthew, if I could please say, thank you for your service. And my God, dude, you are 1,000 times a better man that I could ever be. Thank you, sir.
Look, I take credit for very little of it. I feel like it was a very natural fit to go into the Army. I was practically raised in that culture, and I will always be of the position where I think that every young man should at least go through the training to be a soldier or a Marine. They don't have to go and actually do what I did. In fact, I'd recommend very few people do what I did. I don't think very many people can. But you should at least have the universal experiences of going into the Army or the Marine Corps, because that really is a culture that is built around a meritocracy. And I think that there is an inherent value. Somebody brought up earlier in the panel about pulling your weight, never being a net drain, always being an asset in the Army, especially when you get into the smaller units. You need to be dramatically more productive than the regular person, than the average person. You need to bring a skill set, a wide volume of expertises to the table, because the smaller the teams are, the more each person on that team has to know exactly what they're doing to be very, very proficient at it.
Yeah.
So your competency, it gets the expectations exponentially increase.
Well, Matt, if I can just interject, I agree with you 100%. And I've been saying this since this channel started. I think all 18-year-olds should do some type of civil service, whether it's county, city, state, military, government. There should be some type of, when it involves some boot camp, some training or whatever, especially young men, because what do these young men raised by single moms and by tablets and phones lack?
Discipline,
structure,
and
direction,
and no agricultural aspect of labor.
Yeah.
Like he grew up on a farm.
That could be part of it. But that could be part of it, though. It shouldn't. I mean, you could test and choose to do military, but there should be some each level should have a service that people have to do that's mandatory, to where they get the structure and then they do training so that they can have a skill. Because that's one thing that I can say that the military has down pat is testing people and seeing how they kind of learn and where they should go. Because my friend, he was kind of going nowhere in life, and then he joined the Navy, and he took a test and realized he's a more hands-on learner and not like a visual or an auditory learner.
Kinesthetic.
Yeah, so like
kinesthetic.
he was a corpsman for 12 years, and he loved it. He did great, but it was just sitting in school and like watching presentations. It just didn't work for him. So I think that would help a lot of young people, but young men.
Well, I just want to throw this out there. Is that either you provide the direction or you get the negative version of it. All men are drawn to more inherently more aggressive things, ways of demonstrating their strength and their dedication.
Oh, you can't say that now, Matt. We all know that the liberals and the wokes.
No. I'm not talking about
that. We can all be. Matthew,
how dare you?
I'm not talking about them. Okay,
I'm just joking, dude.
No. I get that, but like you brought up like a fantastic point that like what do you see in these neighborhoods that are full of single mothers? Well, you see gangs.
Yeah.
And either you provide a positive outlet for that aggression, or you get the negative outlet, which is criminality.
Yeah.
And that is aggression that has no real direction in life.
Yeah.
It's unfocused.
Well, it has direction, but it's downward.
Right. It's negative.
Yeah, but it used to be people would do like surfing and other things, like they would do kind of another more extreme sport where that would be an outlet. A lot of people don't do that as much anymore.
Right.
I feel like kids don't ride around on bikes. Basically, people aren't even out doing much, so they don't get that out of their system a little bit.
Well, and this also goes. There's a social and a biological aspect to this. I talked about like what happens with these neighborhoods with single women, and the gangs. That is a very real thing. The social aspect, really quick, I can bring that up. When everybody served in the military, both men and women, what did we call that generation? We called them the greatest generation.
Yep.
And I don't think that there's an accident there.
Yeah.
And then lastly, you want to talk about biology. Just like every human culture on the face of the planet has created its own concept of God and religion, we also all create a warrior caste society, and that's never going to go away. We're an inherently aggressive species, as human beings go, and there will always be a place for that, because that's how we create order. I was talking to
you guys keep going.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
I was talking to the DA of my area. Interestingly, he and I are friends. I talked to him. I said, my experience is in war, and yours is in law. And what I want to say, the biggest difference between when there is an absence of conflict is that you have the presence of justice. I think Martin Luther King said that as well. In war, there is no justice, and there is no justice system. And that's what people just inherently don't understand about what war is. There are no police. There's no one to call 911. When fires start, there's no firemen to come. When people get injured, there's no ambulance services to come and help you. Those things don't exist. Those things exist in an area where law and order is being established or has been established. In war, you don't have that. In war, you have, the victors and the victims. And it is much more akin to living in the wild. That's really, in my mind, that's what war really is. That's us in our most primal state.
Yeah, this is very well said, actually. Really, I think there's a very well. I mean, you kind of actually really just said it, and I'm pretty sure Korg, with his service history, he would agree. It's men like you who have created our civil society, and yeah, wow, damn, dude.
Okay, Colin. So Colin, it's your turn, or did I miss it?
No,
it's his turn.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Just real quick, Matthew. Thank you. You spilled a lot of beans there. That's thank you very much, sir. You've earned my respect. Whether that's worth anything, well, probably not. But hey, whatever. So for me, in terms of financial well-being, I'm I was not anymore. I was a typical product of a wretched single mother, terrible with money. Of course, born into poverty because, goddamn, single mothers, you can't trust them with a single penny. But anyways, growing up in poverty and really never ever having anything, you learn to value a dollar, right? And you learn to value that always the hard way, the very, very hard way. And I finally just got sick and tired of the struggle. I just, basically many, many years ago, I just checked out. Like, I just completely checked out. In fact, actually, up until, I guess it's several years ago now, my credit score was absolutely horrible because I had no credit. Like, I had no student loan debt, no credit cards, no nothing. Like, I was basically, I was quite literally, I was a ghost to society. And, once I did get money, once I actually did start using. All right, thank you, Seagrip. You had a lot of noise there. Sorry. Once I actually did start using my money, suddenly I have a great credit score, right? Which is kind of weird. But I don't know. It's weird, dude. I don't carry debt. I don't. The only thing I got is a mortgage, which, for a house is really great. I like the house. It's way too much house for me. Again, I inherited this. But the bonus is that, the house I do have, it's a split level, and the downstairs is a fully functional studio apartment. So, up until 2 weeks ago, I was renting it out. So now I'm looking for a new renter. But basically, I've got or had, and I will have soon again, somebody who is paying basically all my mortgage interest, and I'm getting to build my wealth. And I've got quite a lot of wealth and just in this house alone, which is, good, great. Plus, not to mention, I get to have a really nice roof over my head, which,
Nice.
That's a bonus. But I don't know. I mean, what it really boils down to in terms of money, dude, I started learning and understanding the true nature of the female creatures many, many, many years ago. I never wasted any money on them. And I learned to live frugal, like, the regular followers, they know that, I bought a pretty cool car. We don't need to get into details. That's the first time in my life I ever spent that much money on a car. And I bought it outright. Like there's no, I didn't take out some dumbass retarded, 26% loan. And the biggest thing I can tell to the young guys is, the biggest pitfall I see is their goddamn cars. Nobody cares if you're driving the latest and greatest Beamer. Nobody gives a F about whether or not you've got the latest and greatest Lexus. Dude, go buy yourself a nice, good, cheap used car, take care of it, and don't have a car payment. And like,
couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more.
And just.
But women care, so simps do it.
Yeah, but it's the car stuff ends up being like a sex symbol or like a status symbol, and it's about vanity.
Right, exactly. Right. It's basically just a bunch of simping idiot losers trying to somehow convince some, gold digging 304s that, hey, I got a 7-inch pecker, even though it's barely 4 inches, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
they're called diesel truck hose.
But and not to mention also the insurance that comes with it. So was it about an hour ago I mentioned that I'm actually going to buy another Audi tomorrow, most likely. I already ran the VIN number and checked my insurance. You know how much it's going to cost me for insurance every month? Just take a guess, guys. Just take a guess.
$100.
$6.82 per month.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet. And you said it's a wagon?
Yeah, it's actually here. Let me just as a matter of fact, just so you guys don't think I'm completely full of bull crap. Let me put this.
Brother, that ship sailed a long time ago.
Okay, all right. Okay, so it's an 03 A4 wagon. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So, but anyways, what I would say to the young guys, the 18 to mid 20 guys, the very first thing you need to do is open yourself a high yield savings account. Believe it or not, so I hate to say this, but I'm gonna kind of dox myself here. Well, more than I want to, but I'm not giving away too much personal information that, well, don't worry. My banks, they're going to protect me. So the first thing you young guys, you're 18 to mid 20 guys, what you need to do is go onto Capital One and open up a high yield savings account. Right now they're paying, if I check my account, they're paying, I think it was like 3.4%. If you can, just put $50 a month in there. It doesn't matter, $50 or $100 a month in there. If you want to actually do really good right now, which right now is kind of pathetic, but there's a outfit called Western Alliance Bank. They're actually very legit. That's the highest high yield savings that you're going to get at 4.1 right now. Yes, I know a year ago they were at like 5.33, but those days have gone right now. Just put some money in there. Once you build up, once you get to at least 20K, go to a Bank of America. If you have a Bank of America account, all it takes is $100. You can open an account, keep it for a month. If you got 20K, any Bank of America, anywhere in the country, you can walk in there and say, hello, I'd like to speak to your Merrill Edge advisor, please. And they will say, okay, what you got? What's going on? And you say, well, I'd like to open up a investment account. And your Merrill Edge advisor, if you got a minimum of 20K, they will set you up. They will happily take your money, and they'll run through the whole process and say, okay, how much return do you want on this? Are you expecting 3 to 5%? We can do that. Are you expecting 5 to 8%? We can do that. Are you expecting anywhere from 10 to 15%? We can do that. If you want to go really, really high risk, we can get you as much as 25, maybe even 26% year over year return. What do you want to do? Right now, my Merrill Edge account is doing about 16%. year over year return. Let's just say where I'm sitting right now, I don't need to work. Between my high yield savings and my investment account, my monthly living expenses are pretty much paid for.
Nice.
And almost paid for. Almost. I need to get a renter again. So, but I will say, Korg, please don't take this the wrong way. This is not a jab in any way or shape. Don't take this the wrong way. This is not a jab.
Dude, I've been married.
Yeah, just
nobody
say
You can do your worst.
He's got the thick skin already. He had to grow it.
But Korg, you mentioned a 401k account. So something I had to learn the hard way was having to clean up all my mother's mess. Dude, 401ks are the biggest scam. Next to Social Security, 401ks are the biggest scam ever run on the American people. Take your money out of your 401k. I know right now it's still going to cost you a 10% penalty, but take that money and, like I said, go to any Bank of America and talk to their Merrill Edge advisor. They will get you that 10% back within a year. And then that way you have control over your money, because I will tell you right now, more than 90% of 401ks, they actually do nothing more than lose money. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. All the 401k accounts that I had to close out from that wretched mother of mine, every single one of them, all but one of them did make a slight profit, but 5 out of the 6, they lost more money. What they do, they charge so much money in their fees and their quote unquote maintenance every quarter that you literally you're losing money. You really are. The company, you have to remember, you have no control over that money. The original company, whether it be Microsoft or Amazon or whatever company that started up the fund, they're the ones who have control of the money. And guess what their interest is? For them to make money. They don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Especially once you leave that company. So the one benefit for a 401k is that while you're working for the employer, if they do like a up to 5% match, great, take it. But as soon as you leave the employer, take that money and move it into your own personal IRA with quote unquote Merrill Edge at Bank of America, and it'll grow you money. I'm telling you, 401ks next to Social Security. Yeah, the biggest scam ever.
I always laugh at people who have it. They're like, "Yeah, my 401k is gonna help."
So, between us all, or among us all, is more appropriate. I have a very competent financial advisor, and he helped me pick out the most aggressive funds in my 401k, and they basically mirror what's in my IRA.
Okay.
And I have not been with my previous employer since the end of July, and my 401k is still increasing in value. I'm up 16% for this year. And because of my age, I can leave it parked where it is. I have a very healthy sum in there, and I can let it ride. Or if and when I decide, I can roll it over into another investment vehicle. But the funds that we targeted are all those that are low maintenance, et cetera, et cetera. And he also advised me when I had a health savings account with that company, I was able to take my HSA and invest it into other aggressive funds. Basically, I'm the antithesis of what financial advisors tell people over 50 to do. They tell you to start leveraging your retirement into more heavily bonds over stocks. All of my retirement is 99% stocks, 1% bonds.
Okay.
And I can let it ride until I'm 65 and not touch any of it, and I'm going to have a humongous chunk of change.
Nice.
So
I think overall,
I just want to interject real quick.
Hold on. Steve says.
Hold on.
So Steve says.
Go ahead.
A friend of mine told me to automate your investments and dollar cost average, buy the dips and hold, mix in some Bitcoin. His returns 59%. Anyone?
So
buy the dip.
One of the things I do is I have automatic portfolio rebalancing on all of my accounts every quarter. But I think among those of us who are on the panel and everybody in the chat, it's not up to us to say, here's the secret formula to be successful. What it is here's what I've done, and the guys that are looking for advice can pick and choose what they think is going to work for them.
Yeah, I think so.
Because there is no magic bullet.
I didn't know any of this stuff until I was probably in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about that here in a little bit, about what we wish that we could have done different.
I want to share a link. I want to share a link in the chat. I'm gonna send you a link real quick. So this link, this is a link to NerdWallet. I do want to give a little bit of advice to the guys that are just starting off that may only have a few $100. If you can click on that NerdWallet link, one of the things that I use to help build up to get my first brokerage account is I started taking advantage of sign-up bonuses. And so I would literally look and see which banks were offering sign-up bonuses. With a lot of these banks, they will give you $100, $200, $300 just for opening an account, sometimes with as little as, $50, something like that, and just doing maybe 2 months of direct deposits and just leaving the money in there for 60 or 90 days. And you can literally make a couple of grand in a year going and just opening up these accounts, get the bonuses, and then once you satisfy the requirement, close out the account and then move it over to another bank. You can leverage business bank accounts as well, because you can create you can create a sole proprietor business account and take advantage of the business account bonuses. This is what I used. And once again, this is just my own anecdotal experience. Please don't take it as advice or recommendations. But this was one of the things that I used to help fund my first brokerage account, till I can get to the point to where I can then open up a margin account. And then once I started trading, it's amazing how that one account created enough money to create a second account. And so, but yeah, you can, a strategy like this, I use this to start my first Roth IRA.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, to add on to what I was saying, Secret, very good, great point. The only downside is that when you do it with the bank accounts, that's considered income.
Yeah, it is considered, but we're talking $2-3 grand. And
right,
so a lot of people, it's not a deal breaker. But this is a way that if you're just starting off, and it's like, I don't make a lot of money or anything like that, this is a way that you can start forcing yourself to save money, to build up that. Yeah.
So here's just a slightly better hack to life. Do it with the credit cards, because with the credit cards, when you do the the cash back rewards cards, I did this. I got $1,800 in a year and a half from all my credit cards, and it's all tax-free money because the IRS classifies it as a cashback rewards.
Well, I use those. Well, you get the biggest bang for your buck when you use it for travel. But that's an advanced strategy. I just wanted to put something. I just wanted to put something out there that for the person, just for that 18, 19, 20-year-old that's just starting off and wants to start building up and saving money.
Yeah.
So
perfect. That what I was just saying, that 18 to mid 20s guy. I mean, dude, I promise you, Capital One, they're not paying me. Well, actually, no, they are paying me with all the cashback rewards.
I got the personal
I'm
card,
getting
the
my
business
money.
card, and
But,
I took advantage of their sign-up bonus.
Yeah, just like I said, dude, open up a high yield savings account. Okay, in terms of high yield savings accounts, their rate is a little bit lower than everybody else. But then open up your high yield savings, put a couple $100 in there, wait a month or two, and then apply for one of their cards. I know right now, one of my cards is their unlimited cash rewards, so you get 1.5% back on any and everything. And then the other one is their, what do they call it? The for how I do declare, it's the Savoa card. They give you like 3% on grocery stores and dining. And then as long as you just charge up a certain amount within like I think the first 6 months, they give you $200. Dude, the key is don't ever carry a balance. Don't ever carry a balance.
But here's the thing: if you don't have the fundamentals, you'll fall into that trap. Because keep in mind, these people are.
If you're a woman, you'll fall into that trap.
Never owe on it. Never owe on it.
Yeah, I'm a big believer, and who was it? They were talking about, was it Kobe? One of these basketball players that literally they spend a couple hours every day just practicing the fundamentals, so that one of my mentors used to say, professionals practice off the field.
That's how Marvin Hagler was.
Yeah, and
Marvin Hagler too. Guys, he would just sit there. He would just throw throw 1,000 jabs a day, throw 1,000 crosses a day. Then he would just 1-2. He would throw pop, pop. Like, what are you doing? He's just like, well, he would throw it to where even when he was dog tired, he can just. Did you guys ever see the movie Diggstown?
Yes. Oh yeah, I think so.
With Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
So do you remember he has to fight, was it 20 guys in a row or whatever? They make a bet, and he's an old boxer, and he's like, you don't understand. This guy is an expert at hurting people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between you regular Joes and a fighter. This guy has trained how to hurt people and not get hurt. Guys, check this movie out, man. This is a good movie. James Woods.
Bruce Lee said it best. I don't fear the man that knows 1,000 kicks. I fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Yeah, something to that effect.
Yeah. Or what is it? A guy hits a rock 1,000 times. It's not the 1,000th time you hit it. It's the 999 times you hit it before.
Well, there's a story with Michael Jordan. People were asking why he owned his own basketball court, and this was like way before that became like a fad, in the NBA. And he used to go out into his basketball court and throw the ball, and then he would just sit there and take shots from that single spot wherever the ball hit on the basketball court. He would sit there until he could make 10 out of 10. And just from that spot, just over and over and over again, muscle memory, working it out in his head. And he was, refining his jump shot.
Yeah. This is like my favorite is when you see happens a lot in England. Because remember, you always see some old wrinkled up British dude and some young dude in the ring with gloves, and the old British dude, you can tell right when he puts his hands up. Homeboy was like old school, like 1964 Commonwealth champion or something. And this young guy's like, come on, Mike. And the old guy starts hitting himself in the face, and then pow, pow, pow. And like, if the old guy's hitting himself to hype himself up, you're cooked, And they go ding, ding. And the old guy puts his hands up, and that young guy tries to, and the old guy slips, wow. Like, dude, this 80-year-old muscle memory, like that type of muscle memory goes last. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to just think like how there's a saying, it's like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different
results is the definition of insanity.
That's not exactly true.
But
you
they
know what I'm
weren't
saying?
really speaking to muscle memory. What
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
speaking to was the logic behind doing something and failing.
Yeah. Failing, yeah.
But so what I'll say about muscle memory and practice is that, you know, when you practice something like take for example like a weapons malfunction drill, right? Like when your weapon malfunctions, when you're firing it, it doesn't completely cycle, and you end up, you know, with a stovepipe or a multiple feed or something like that. In practicing that 1,000 times, right? What it allows you to do is do other things while you're running through the drill to clear your weapon and put it back into action. And that allows you to keep a certain amount of like perspective, like of what's around you. So you're not really focused on your rifle because you know that by feel. You could do that in the dark because you practice it. You know every single part of that rifle, just like Michael Jordan knows every single like a shot from his basketball court. It allows you to keep a situational awareness, and this enhances your survivability, right? That's what like it allows you to do other things while you're going through this very well rehearsed drill.
Well, I can tell you, look at your muscle memory. Look at all these 80s and 70s rockers that were always high as shit. Doing playing all those like, you know you've been playing the guitar a long time if you're high on acid, coke, and shrooms, and you're still shredding through the song. You know what I'm saying? Like that takes a lot of muscle memory. Check this out. Let's watch. Come on, lad. Ring the bell, lad. Look at that. He's laughing. He thinks it's funny.
20 seconds.
Hold up. Pause.
Look, guys, he's hitting himself. The old dude's hitting himself first. You know this guy is cooked.
Hold up. I got something for this. Beware an old man in a young man's game.
Yeah. And wearing track pants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Watch what this guy does. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Done.
Looks like Gavin got
he knocked the man bun off this mother.
Yeah, the man bun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Evil Eddie.
Oh my God.
Evil Eddie.
Jesus.
What's up, dude? Yeah, dude.
Evil Eddie got it. Old man strength.
Yeah,
Old man
Ernesto Bergamasco. He was in the Olympics in the 70s and had 40 pro fights. Look at that, dude. I'm telling you, I've seen older dudes in kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, where it's like, dude, even if you're stronger than them, they've spent so much. Here. There was one time in my jiu-jitsu class, guy walked in wearing a friggin' Penn State shirt. It's like, whoa, dude, hold on. You don't want any of this smoke, dude. This is an old guy with a freaking knee pads, headgear, and a Nittany Lion shirt. Uh-oh. But all right, so guys, let's move on here. Okay, what would you have? What's the main thing financially that you would have done differently? And I'll go first. Okay, the couple things, and I've touched on this before, that I would have done differently. I would have joined the military, right? I would have joined the military. Yes. I would have joined the Air Force or something straight out of college. I mean, out of high school or out of college. Yeah. I would have gone to grad school, maybe, but like I went to grad and I would have started I would have joined the military and started my career earlier and gone to grad school later. So out of college, I would have either started the military out of high school, or I would have started the military out of undergrad and gone to officer school, right? that, and then if I wouldn't have gone in the military, I would have gone to a cheaper state to go to college. And then let me see. There's the public health service. Matthew, Cord, have you heard of that? Those guys? They're like an unarmed branch of the military. They do like, heard of it. Yeah. I would have, out of grad school, I would have joined the public health service.
Are you talking about like AmeriCorps or?
No, they're an actual branch of the military. They do research, disaster relief. They're like
sounds like it's associated with FEMA.
No, they're an actual.
Be under the military then.
They are. They're. Let me see. Hold on.
Maybe Army National
Guard.
What
surprised me, I think it was after 9/11, everything was reorganized. The Coast Guard actually falls under the military when they used to fall under the Department of Transportation.
Yeah. Here you go.
So anybody who wants to be a puddle pirate could join the Coast Guard.
The United States PHS is a collection of agencies of health and human services. So it was part of the Marine hospitals, and so they're under Health and Human Services, but they are a branch of the military. So these are an unarmed branch that work with NIH, CDC, all this other stuff. So like there are friends of mine that are inspectors that like go and inspect stuff in China and all this other stuff in their PHS officers. But a friend of mine, he works for the PHS. You guys remember the Ebola outbreak in he got deployed there twice in like 2014 or whatever. It was crazy. He was back and I'm like, hey man, where are you? He's like, dude, I'm quarantined for like 40 days, dude. It was crazy, So, but they have the same ranks as the Navy. Their pay structure is the same. So I would have joined the PHS straight out of grad school, but I didn't know that I could do it, And then let me see. Yeah, and then also I think I would have. Yeah, that's probably it. I think that I would have probably put off grad school and then gone more into my career like 2 years earlier, and then found a place to actually pay for grad school. But who wants to go next?
I gotta take off, so I will just quickly do mine. I wish that I had I wish that I would have gone through law school and followed that, or at least gone through combat later on in life. I think as a younger man, you just you can endure something like that and even thrive in that environment, but the consequences, the magnitude of what you're doing is largely you don't know how great that can impact your life until later on. And I think that men that are slightly older respond better to that type of thing. I think that like the ideal that you'd want to expose a man to combat is, after maybe 4 years of training, ages 22 to 29, in that range.
And recently divorced with no kids.
Give them motivation to kill.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's raring to go.
Yeah, right. Well, you guys know, just really fast, Matt, before you go, you guys know, hold on, let me show you.
And remember this too, divorce is actually debt in a way. It will always result in debt most of the time.
So Shane Mosley, guys, he was married to this demon of a broad. This chick right here. Guys, she took his championship belt in in the divorce, right? Guys, hold on. So he had this fight, Shane Mosley fight XY, and his trainer was like, everyone thought, here we go.
My ex-wife told me, you'll have to give me $2 million because you're going to lose anyway. And it's going to be the last $2 million you ever get. And your fight career, you're 39 years old, you're old. So here you can have it. That's going to be your last paycheck anyway. I thought, oh, yeah, really? Yeah, really? Okay. He wouldn't win that night. That night, it was on.
Get the bag, King Walker.
Yeah, whole lot of everything. Pinky wiggling like a...
And this is Margarito, one of the biggest pieces of shit in boxing. He put plaster in his gloves. This guy here, he got caught putting plaster bricks in his gloves.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah, he said,
Jersey Joe Walker.
His trainer said that basically when he was in the ring, all he saw was his ex-wife's face.
Yeah, I
know. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, there's no way he was going to lose. There's no way, man. Look at that. She took his $6 million and his belts. Look at that.
Wasn't he on in a TV show and stuff, and he lived at like Lake Tahoe? I kind of remember seeing like something like that. He was like very like mainstream for a bit of time.
Shane Mosley?
Yeah, didn't he have? Maybe it just was a fight type thing that I was looking.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways, who's next?
You guys have a great night.
All right, buddy.
You too, man.
Steve said he was broke when he kicked his ex.
For me, I wish I had more focused and more disciplined, because the fun will always be there. And if I would have been more focused on if I would have had more of a purpose, more of a mission, and was more forward thinking, the fun will always be there. And you'll have more fun if you have the discipline now, put in the work now. Time magnifies and compounds everything we do, not just the things we do right, but also the things that we don't do right.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to saving, growing, investing, time only magnifies and compounds it.
Yeah.
And so, put in 10 good years of hard work. I think one day I was doing the math, and, spending 10 years trying to really fund your IRA or something like that, and then not touching it for the next 20, 30 years. You're talking about, being able to retire a millionaire just from the first 10 years of just really being disciplined. So that's something that I wish I would have did more.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is why this space works out the best. It's because we actually try and help younger people out, whereas these 304s always try and compete.
Yeah.
They don't want the younger generation to win.
Yeah.
That's
Women are each other's own worst enemies.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why, I tend to tell one thing that a lot of people, my personal life that appreciate about me is I don't talk about my W's. I share my L's and the lessons learned from them, because, at the end of the day, you tend to learn, at least for me, I tend to learn more from those L's and those mistakes. So smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from the others people's mistakes, and idiots just choose never to learn. It's okay to be an idiot every once in a while in your life. Just don't choose to be one your whole life.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's true. Who's next?
Well, I guess I'll chime in. I actually will agree with you, AJ. My biggest regret is not joining the military. I think I have said it before. Oh, this is quite a few months ago on one of your streams where I was all set to go into the Marine Corps ROTC. But you know, that goddamn wretched mother was like, no. And you know, no, I wish I would have done it, man. I wish I would have done it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm in a good place today, but man, if I had done that, I would be so much better. But again,
here's the thing, and I don't think Colin and I are saying, oh yeah, the military is so easy and blah blah blah.
Oh no,
I
it's not.
Like,
Of course
at, like
not.
the opportunities, like the way that people like Colin, myself, Korg, Snowboard, Secret take advantage of opportunities when we see them and manage to like capitalize on them. I honestly think that having been on the same path that I'm on now, the military would have helped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would have really, really kind of like woken me up to a lot of things that I had to learn kind of later on, kind of making my own way. In my 20s, since I kind of moved away from my parents and all this other stuff, and then a lot of the stuff that I actually did learn from guys that were either in the military or current or in the military at the time. So I think that would have been better for some of the opportunities that came to me later on in life. But Colin, what were you saying?
No, I made my point. I'm sorry.
Who's next?
I'll go. Shoot, the biggest one is I ignored all the red flags before I got married.
Yeah.
That would have saved me a fortune. But the second one was, and I had alluded to earlier, that I had dodged 2 other women who wanted to get married, but one of them actually was level-headed and wanted to build a future for me. But because my ex had done such a number on me, I said, that ain't happening.
Wow.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Once you put your hand on the stove and you get burned hard enough, it's hard to put your hand back near the burner. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't blame you. The thing is people have this weird thing where we're like, oh, who hurt you? Or it's like, well, every man has been hurt by every man that has a penis, even gay dudes have been hurt by women. You know what I'm saying? Come on. And it's like, dude, why is it that men are the only ones that are shamed for being like extra cautious or even being scared of getting married? So what if you're scared? You should be.
Yeah.
If you get cooked,
I think it's the opposite. Not enough men are cautious enough.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, let's grant them you're just scared. You know. So what? Good, guys. That's pattern recognition. Listen, that's how our brains are wired, guys. If we see this is what. Okay, guys. How do you think that the ancient cultures knew what plants and vegetables were poisonous?
We let you taste
easy.
it first.
I saw Colin eat this, and
yeah.
Colin now, so I'm not eating it.
Yeah, there was like the medicine man or the tribal healer, and he always had an assistant. Go eat that. Well, check that off. I need a new assistant. And we watch and we see things, and we're like, I'm not gonna do that. No way. You know? So who's next?
They call that burying the lead.
What father?
I would say for me, I just would kind of maybe would have focused and been a little bit more serious. I guess I had to overcome a couple things earlier in life that were difficult, so I had to kind of also restart in a sense.
Yeah.
But then after that, like I still, I guess I could clean that up a little because I would like be kind of screw off and go snowboarding like and things like that when I could have probably been putting more into like business. So I kind of like would do that kind of a lot too.
Yeah.
But that's all, I guess.
Yeah, I think that once again, guys, I think that everyone in this chat and then all of us, what's crazy is even us at our worst is better than most of these cud chewing morons best. You know what I'm saying? think about, guys, we can openly say that I could have made better decisions, or even that I could have applied myself more, but look at how successful we all are. You know what I'm saying? So like there's people out there that are, especially these women, they're lazy, they're entitled, they're stupid, you know what I'm saying? They're ignorant, you know, and that's just their lot in life.
Well, they're on easy street too for a lot of things, so it just flows easier for them.
You guys want to see an example of a strong and independent woman? Let's take it.
Does it include 5-0?
Take a little break, guys. Hold on. Here we go. Oops, shit. Sorry, guys. Drop a like on the stream. Thanks for all the super chats, guys, and guys, hit the join button for some membership. So here we go.
Phones, car insurance, cell phones, car insurance, everything comes due.
That last woman you heard from, Inez Nicholson, she reached out to us about her situation. So we listened to her voice and found out she's a federal employee working with no paycheck. And now she's facing eviction.
This isn't the first late fee notice Inez Nicholson has gotten, but it may be the last one if she can't afford to pay her rent on time.
Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute. This is not the first late fee. So even when she was getting paid, she still wasn't paying her goddamn rent.
Exactly. Yep.
Look with this federal worker about how hard it's been during the government shutdown.
It's hard, but people need you.
Inez Nicholson's motivation hangs on her walls. Lately,
and she probably
the government
goes to
shutdown's
Kansas City Chief games like all the time too. Like,
but the thing is, guys, is that
a ton of money on
a
that.
lot of people who work for the feds and work in DC, they literally live check to check because they think that they can just spend all of their money.
Yeah,
you know,
I never thought of that.
Like literally, like, oh well, my check is gonna keep coming in, so I can just spend all my money. It's like, guys,
So-
no, you
And they go
always
out
have
to eat
to say
every day
yes,
after work and stuff
all
like
the
that,
time.
too. Yeah,
Cooked.
like every day.
Let me. Hey, AJ, I want to put an addendum in there, and it builds a little bit on what Colin was urging the young guys to do. And now that I think about it, it's something that I quote regret not doing. My dad laughed at me when I was in my early 20s, and I had mentioned that a recruiter had advised me one time, always keep 6 months worth of expenses at a minimum in
That's
your
facts.
savings, just in case.
Mhm.
And I've been through layoffs, and I've, people who always whine the most in situations like these government shutdowns or getting laid off or whatnot, they always think that the good times are never going to end.
Yeah.
Think of the recession in 2008. And my one regret during the recession of 2008 was I didn't have the available cash flow to go on a Warren Buffett buying spree when the stock market cratered. But it happens all the time. And so that was the thing is, if you all are familiar with the parable of the ant and the grasshopper,
Yeah.
guys, you need to focus on being like the ant because the women are acting like grasshoppers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so, always
Except
keep in the back of your mind.
Part of the
Go ahead.
parable, when the wintertime came, the ant let the grasshopper. There's an old Looney Tunes cartoon where the ant lets the grasshopper in during the wintertime.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And then at the end, when the sun comes out, the grasshopper just goes back to being lazy again. Not me, guys.
Look, listen. I don't know what the fuck you saying, but all I know, you ain't getting a motherfucking dime.
Yeah, nope.
You know,
nope,
and
nope.
and the other very important bit of advice I give any guy is, and I think it's been implied here a little bit, you never tell anybody what you have in regards to financial safety. Somebody comes up to you and says, man, it's been a hard month. Can you spare $500 for me? Nope. I don't care how good a friend that is. Nope. Unless you can afford to lose $500, don't ever loan anybody money, because it's like feeding a stray. They keep coming back for more.
True. Right.
True.
Yeah. The best thing, one of the best things I've ever heard is the fastest way to lose a friend is to loan
them money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a saying.
It's kind of like
don't make your friends your banker. Make your banker your banker.
Yeah.
That's
Guys,
right.
Yeah. Well, it's like that Scorpion the Frog thing where the Scorpion goes to the frog and he's like, "Can I go across this pond?" And the frog goes, "No, you're gonna sting me." And then he's like, "No, I won't sting you.
If I sting you, we'll both drown. So why would I do that?" And then the frog goes,
gets
"Yeah,
over there.
you're right." And then
But it's my
they're
nature.
halfway across, and then the scorpion stings him, and then the frog.
No, but then it says I'm a 304.
Yeah.
That's
in
what I
my
was trying
nature.
to get to. Yeah,
It's my
that's
nature.
what I was trying to do, was make it say, like when the scorpion sings him, it says I'm a scorpion. It's in my nature. I'm a 304. Like,
Yeah.
I tell you guys, I've been driving my my tow truck around. I've just been listening to these people having their food stamps cut off. I have never had a more enjoyable week than listening to these people just complain. It is so good.
Guys.
Hey, Anonymous, I gotta ask you, dude. What's that guy? What's his name? Daniels, Anton Daniels. Yeah, Anton Daniels. He just put a video out about the repo epidemic that's now hitting.
Yep. There's more repos than 100 tow truck drivers could do.
Nice.
Wow. I was just about to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's dude. It's gonna hit Canada pretty hard as well, because it's just like we're just governed by complete freaking morons. But in the US right now, people have got. I've been talking to a few of my tow truck buddies down there. They can't keep up.
Really? Wow.
They cannot. They would need to. One of my buddies says we need to hire like another 20 tow truck drivers.
You guys hear it. And listen carefully, right? You guys hear all the tow truck drivers?
Show me the money!
Hey, guys.
How long does it take to learn how to be a tow truck driver? I'm looking for a side gig.
Oh, no, it don't take nothing, man. It don't take shit.
So the thing is, when you do tow truck driving, you have to be in a certain mindset, because I've had so many people try and do it, and they can't be in that mindset of where it's just like, guys, like, sorry to swear, AJ, but fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you have to. That's how you have to be.
Yeah.
So it's not your problem.
Yeah, no, seriously, guys, come on. I say, dude, hey, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll put down 25 grand right now, right here. And if all you guys can put down, I don't know, somewhere between 3 and 5 grand, we can invest in a small fleet of.
Nice try.
We can get ourselves some plate carriers, because obviously you're gonna need a plate carrier. Get yourself some leg straps for your pew pews, dude. We can make a killing. Make a killing.
I wouldn't do it in the US unless I had carry.
Yeah.
Carry
Unless you have the burner.
Yeah.
Unless you have the heater. You know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, for this guys.
Oh,
yeah. So Anonymous, we're talking about money, finance, investing. Like what? Because what kind of got you to where, like, your decision making, finance wise? Like, what's your background and like what kind of...
My best advice for a lot of young people would be, this is so weird, but like it would be, don't follow your dreams. That would be one of my biggest things. Just be sensible. Because guys, quite honestly, we're not all going to be movie stars. We're not all going to be, rappers or whatever you might be. You need a backup plan, man.
Yeah.
You need a backup plan where you're going to make money.
Yeah.
And as long as people say like, oh, money's not everything. I hate to tell you, it is.
Yeah.
It's just the way the world is, and if there's no point you trying to change it, it's always going to be that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
that's it.
That what people don't understand, guys, is once again, guys, college, like the whole need for college, they sold us as Gen X, young boomers and Gen X cooked, guys. I tell most of the young guys I know, guys, really don't even go to college. There's so many blue collar jobs out there. You can join the military. You can do all types of stuff now, guys.
I'm so lucky I avoided it. I've no student debt, nothing.
Once again, science, technology, engineering, math, economics, accounting, IT are the only reasons to really go to college. And biology doesn't count because there's so many 304s in it now that it doesn't make it. It just doesn't matter, right?
Go to trade school.
Yeah, trade school. Get your CDL. You know what I'm saying? And guys, once again, you can eat like driving trucks. There's places. There's contractors where you can drive trucks in other countries and make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? There's even places.
Why do you think all the Indians do it?
Yeah.
They make money.
Or hey, guys,
back then that I was going to be an expat when I retired, I would have did my 20. I mean, I already had 4 active and 4 in the guard. I would just did the other 12, did my 20, and could have got a pension and live my expat life, as a relatively young man.
Yeah. Well, there is truckers who would go over to Iraq and Afghanistan under contract and drive trucks and make friggin' all kinds of money. It was nuts. My mom's coworker's husband did that. So he was a regular trucker, but then twice a year he would go over to Iraq and he would drive trucks. And he would
it's dangerous, but it's high reward, right?
But he was driving trucks in the areas where there was supposedly no, like that was from, you know what I mean? That was relatively safe.
Yeah.
It was risky, but I mean, it wasn't more risky than driving on the roads in friggin' the United States with these soccer moms on their phones. You know what I'm saying? But so guys,
not anymore with all these illegal drivers.
I know, man.
Oh
and these Keishas driving their Altimas. You know what I'm saying? But guys, once again, because someone had said something about a side hustle, right? Because always have a side hustle. Always have something that you can make. If you have a little bit of extra time that you can monetize, And
if you're a young man, guys, like this whole thing where people thinking they can work 35 hours a week.
Yeah,
this is boomer mentality, man.
Yeah,
this is like old boomers could like show up to work for 35 hours a week and spend the. No, that doesn't exist anymore. You need to be in work 75, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's it.
60 hours at least.
Yes,
at least, guys. Because really, guys, everyone on the panel, everyone in the chat, let me know if you've done this. Most of us probably do this now. Isn't it great when you work a whole bunch, or you have 2 jobs, or you just work a lot, and you look up and it's been like 8 or 9 months, and you have a whole bunch of money in the bank? You're like, whoa, what? Because you don't have time to spend any money. No, you're just making it. You're making more money. So the more free time you have, the more time you have to waste money on chicks, on just stupid crap. It's crazy.
The young guys I've worked with, they tell me, it's like, oh, my girlfriend spends so much money, and I'm just like, well, I tell them like, don't spend money on her. Tell her to buy her own stuff.
Yeah, all you got to say is
beta.
Yeah. And this thing, I always tell like the young guys, like, man, if I was like back when I was there, because I've got like a couple of guys who work there and they're like 18, 19, and I'm like telling them, like, guys, put that money, because they're living with their parents too, so they've got like no rent or anything, and I'm just like, guys, put that money in like a high interest like investing account and just and do $500 like every 2 weeks and just keep plowing that money in there, and you'll be a millionaire by the time you retire if you just keep doing that.
Yeah,
it's boring and simple.
So, all right, guys, here, let's do three pieces of advice. So, guys, no debt. Don't get in any debt. Don't get in any debt. You can save up 3, 4, 5 grand and buy a Grand Marquis or an old Prius or an old Avalon. You know what I'm saying? Number 2 from me, guys, you're not supposed to be happy at work, okay? It's work. The idea of being happy at work is a woman's mindset. Yeah. That's the most beta male soy milk drinking foolishness I've ever heard. And number 3, guys, don't ever get trapped by the BS that you know because you're too scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
If you're in a job and you feel like it, and they didn't give you a raise, you get passed over, leave. Get out of there. Guys, you're better off. That old job is always going to be there. I've seen more people get some, oh yeah, I've been passed over 3 times. With the next time? No, guys. No. Move on. Get that raise. Ask for more money. Move. If they say, hey, anonymous, we have a new job and you're going to be making double, but you have to move to Montreal. Anonymous is going to move to Montreal. It's double the money. Yes, guys, you might have to move. You might not know anyone, but guys, once you put yourself out of your comfort zone is where you really figure out what you're made of. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 6,000 miles away from where I'm from, and it's like, guys, like if you're in the US, like you already live in the best place.
Yeah.
You already do, so you just have to move within that vicinity. And it's not that big of a deal because everyone speaks English. There's always money around, and like you can do it.
There's nothing wrong with taking one step back to take 2, 3 steps forward. When I left my banker job for the organization that I work for now, I had to relocate to a whole other state. And actually, I took almost a $20,000 pay cut because of the opportunity this other company presented. And hindsight being 2020, best decision I ever made in my life career-wise, because not only did I make make that money back after a few years, but I made lifelong friends that have changed my life as well. So there's nothing wrong with taking a step back to take 2, 3 steps forward. And that's something that the fairer sex just don't get.
Yeah.
Embrace the grind, embrace the suck. And and I've shared this on past panels, that I came to this new organization, and by me just dating overseas, like I said, for 2, 3 months, I'd grind 50, 60-hour weeks, and then I take a week or 2 off and just let it loose.
Yeah.
And then I come back and embrace the grind again.
Yeah, you've got to know when to switch off. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Korg, 3 pieces of advice for young guys.
Well, like I said earlier, just remember the borrower is slave to the lender. So, you don't want to be anybody else's slave. You want to be your own man. Like Anonymous is pointing out, if you got a girlfriend, that's fine, but don't be giving her any money.
Yeah.
And number 3, always plan ahead, because you might be in a job where, I've been in this position. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, things are looking great. Thursday, hey, we got to let you go. Ooh, that was unexpected. So don't think that it can never happen. And you want to have a cushion so that you're not like these these women that AJ always features in his shorts that are freaking out that they're losing their job and they're not sure what they're going to do because the rent is due in 2 weeks.
You got to have that emergency fund.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's and going to lunch is not an emergency. You always remember, when I've got money packed away, that's for future Korg. That's not for me. So those are my 3 pieces.
Snowboard.
I would say if you don't want to work within a system, a lot of times you can find a way just to work for yourself. And there's a lot of people that maybe just don't want to be told what to do, or you want to trade your energy more for you can accomplish a task sooner, whatever that task may be. That as an entrepreneur, you can make more money quicker, and it's just much more engaging. It's more fun, but it lasts like 24/7. So I would say for me, having a good work-life balance, actually, because I'm doing something that's kind of dangerous work, and if you're just not paying attention or just half in it, you can get hurt really easy, or you can lose a lot.
For sure. Yeah.
So that's part of it too. So that's one. So basically, when you're on point, really be on point. But if you're kind of sloppy, I don't know. So those are kind of 2 points, I guess. And third point is, I'm not telling anyone how to spend their money or manage or anything. I just don't have much debt, and if I have a credit card, I use it and pay it off like 2 seconds later. So I'm like a coin clipper with with that a bit. And yeah, and being rich in time is kind of cool too if you wanted it too. So having you guys are right, you should work all those hours and stuff. But sometimes if you want to have the freedom to take a day off to screw off is kind of cool. But you do that's kind of easy. It's really easy to just start more living like a boomer. Yeah, I'm only doing 35 hours a week, when it's no, you got to go all in when you're doing something. And then if you need to take a break, kind of like what Seagrip does, maybe just on a smaller scale.
Yeah. Colin.
Well, I mean, I think I've kind of already said it before, but I think it's certainly worth repeating. Number one, don't waste a single penny on these, these 3 or 4s. They, these demons, they have no loyalty. They have don't waste a single penny on these demons. Number 2, guys, you young guys, dude, start a high yield savings account. Get yourself up to 20K. Walk up into that Bank of America and be like, yeah, I need to talk to Merrill Edge. And I want that, 13, 15, 16% return on investment every year. Obviously, number 3, don't keep up with the Joneses, dude. They don't, dude, when you're sitting in traffic, complaining about the old Nana in front of you because, she won't move on the green light. Nobody give a damn about the fact that you're sitting in a nice Beamer. Nobody gives a damn about the fact that you're sitting in a nice Lexus. Get yourself a good used car that's paid off and well taken care of, and you're set, dude. You're good.
Yeah, yeah.
So, guys, grab something to write with. First, take down these names. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Earl Nightingale, Darren Hardy. Turn your car into a university on wheels. Instead of listening to Hot 99, where the case may be, spend your mornings listening to something educational, motivational, or inspirational. 2, and this is more geared to my 20, 30-year-olds, find out what your company's 401k match is. Bare minimum, always do the max to get the max match.
Yeah.
3, if you're relatively healthy, don't go to the doctors a lot, switch to a high deductible plan and get and open up an HSA. You're going to be able to take advantage. It's triple tax advantage, and that's a conversation for another day. But that is something that you should be maxing out, especially in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, women love conditionally. So should you. Treat your
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Martian. This guy who's gonna buy 2 Audis is buying them cash. Dipshit. Colin buys his Audis cash. Okay, he doesn't take out loans. He pays cash for his Audis. Colin, when was the last time you had a car payment? Colin? Probably never. Right?
I've never had one.
No,
ever.
Guys, yeah. Colin bought a really, really, really nice Audi, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry.
Colin, please.
I'm sorry. I had to go take a quick leak there. My bad. I'm sorry. I had to mute. The last time I had a car loan was like 22, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
And,
So Colin buys his Audis cash, buddy. And maybe if you had people like Colin in your life, you can understand that there's people like us who could buy an older supercar cash without a car payment. That can just go.
Plus, he knows how to work on them.
Yeah, that can go and do whatever the hell we want. See, guys, and this is why. Hold on, guys, because we haven't touched on this yet. Make yourself essential.
Yeah.
This is the concept of making everyone on this panel. Colin's pretty much set. Korg is pretty much set. Snowboard's work isn't going anywhere. Seagrip work isn't going anywhere. Anonymous is gonna be raking in the dough. My job, guys, let's just say that the company that I work for, so the business that they're in, is not going away anytime soon. Guys, we're essential. We're not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Being essential is boring, guys.
Yes.
Like who cares?
Yeah.
Do exciting things on your day off.
Yeah.
Don't worry about being exciting when you're at work.
Yeah. Yep. And guys, also too, don't unless you're literally clubbing baby seals, and even then, you pay me enough, and I will club. Guys, get your money, and if you're doing something unscrupulous or whatever, you can do volunteer work, feed the poor after you retire. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, dude. But come on, guys. So, you guys know who doesn't care about politics much? Asians. Why? Because Asians make more.
They're working
more money than anyone else. They have so much money. They could care less about the economy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're always making money. That's what you should be in, and that you should only surround yourself with guys that are in that same position. You know what I mean? You have your guys. Only women cry about my job and not able to get laid off. Guys, how many videos have I done where women were unemployed for years? I got laid off in 20. You guys remember the one chick that we looked at who said that she was unemployed for like 3 years and gonna move to a commune? You remember her? Yeah. So, anyways, but hold on, guys. Anyone else have any more advice? Then
the last point I was going to make is when I said that women love conditionally, we need to love conditionally as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to the women that you allow in your life, they need to qualify, and you need to treat them like a job. Slow to hire, quick to fire. Don't ignore the red flags.
Yeah.
I can tell you stories about red flags that I saw a mile coming. And so right now, for the guys right now that are actually doing well in life, be careful to reach back. Don't be like Ebenezer Scrooge. When the ghost of Panani Pass rings, don't pick up, because they're circling back. Exits are exits for a reason. Once you break, stay broke.
Yeah, it's true. My guys, here, let's go to some foolishness that I found. Guys, this is one. Check this out, guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. Okay, watch.
Is this book that you have?
It's my book, Woke Eugenics, which how social justice is a mask for social Darwinism. Okay. And what I argue, in essence, is that wokeness is a selection event, that we become genetically extremely unhealthy as a consequence of the Industrial Revolution. And so all this mutation builds up, and it expresses itself in wokeness. Eventually, wokeness or proto-wokeness takes over the culture and pushes people on a maladaptive roadmap of life. All but the healthiest will be resistant to this, and so it's self-correcting. Those who would have been the normal pre-industrial population will survive this process, because they will be the ones that will have children and things like this. And everybody else will be inculcated into not having children because of the environment, into delaying having children, or into transsexuality or whatever. So it is a self-correcting process.
What is this book that you have?
What do you guys think?
So you're saying conservatives will rule the earth, is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
because it's happening now in the United States.
Yeah.
Conservatives, there's a birth gap. More conservatives are having babies. So
the only
guys,
problem is with that is like immigration, though, man. It's like, honestly, in Europe anyway, it's like it's destabilizing that whole set, because there are a lot of conservative people I've met who are they're mentally conservative, but they're in that same kind of boat where they're like, oh, they're putting it off.
Well, I think more like, yeah, but in the United States, though,
True.
Conservative people are having more kids.
Yeah.
Period. So all the wokey wokes and transformers and all that, they're just kind of breeding themselves out. Yeah. I mean,
they want your kids. They don't want their own.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And then here's another one, guys. Hold on. Here you go. Watch.
Yeah, what this dum-dum did. I told him to go to a regular store and get a mattress, but no, he wants to get it from Amazon.
AJ,
are you serious? Look, how are we supposed
to up again?
What's that?
Your streams, the video, you got your video
stream
really
all screwed up again.
No, it was working.
Oh,
on my end.
That was working
not for me.
Yeah.
Oh, was
or
it?
do anything on that.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. What the hell is that? What is it?
What?
Is that supposed to be for real? You playing with me, right?
What's that, Joey?
You playing, right?
I'm about to show your mom that she don't
Yeah,
know
my
what
bad,
she's
sorry.
talking about.
What do you mean,
it's
babe?
like
Look
one
at
of
that
those
mattress. Look at the
Are
one
you
we
just-
had. The one we had
So
was
expand.
perfect.
You think you're gonna sleep on that?
I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know where I'm gonna sleep.
Dude, can you imagine putting up with this garbage this guy
I know.
is dealing with right now?
What?
What is even
What?
going on?
What?
Mommy, nothing. Look at this thick mattress. That thing looks like one of them sleep things, like them little covers.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What?
Look at that.
Look at your face.
What
Record your
happened?
face. Record your face so people can see.
No.
Record your face.
Oh, I didn't know. That's the thing. I didn't know that's what happened. But still,
Oh, you don't know anything.
I don't know.
'Cause you're an idiot.
14 inches.
I have one of those
14
purple
inches. Relax.
mattresses.
You ain't never seen 14 inches in your life, you heard?
I have one of those purple mattresses, and when it was delivered, it was like a gigantic hot dog all rolled up. And
Yeah,
when
just
I cut
rolled
that
up, yeah.
sucker open, yeah, it just.
Don't worry about it. You're in violation of order. You're not allowed to be on the premises.
We're stolen.
Don't worry about it.
Is he inside?
It's not your business. It's my property.
And this is how you get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homeboy, he's a simp trying to say that he can't see
Yup.
his son. Look,
Beta.
look at that.
Yeah.
Man.
You're a pawn.
Guys, watch.
Dude.
Oh, guys, sorry, guys. I have to put you through this. Sorry.
I was raped yesterday.
Oh my god.
Ah!
I do a post-rape
outfit of the day because I'm still gonna wear what the fuck I want. No one is gonna tell me how to fucking dress. And it doesn't matter what I was wearing at the fucking time. No woman should have to experience that. And fuck everyone who thinks so.
That's nasty.
This is my outfit.
Dude. I'm trying not to have a nightmare over here.
That is not a wall.
So, green cute baby tee, pink mini, and then my shoes.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Here we go.
And yes, I said that's a pussy move. Let me tell the camera, since you're recording me, I said that I'm on my period and I'm a bitch because I'm PMSing. And every time I'm on my period and I'm a bitch, he gets upset and then says he doesn't want to be with me anymore. And yes, I said that's a pussy move.
Right.
That's what I said.
So I'm letting you know right now, and it's documented on here, that we'll be getting a separation. You're more than welcome to stay here during it if you'd like. Bills will continue to get paid, but I'm not answering to you anymore.
Please just hug me. And please stop recording me.
You're going to jail today.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Can you stop it?
I'm going to give you two options. You can leave this home on your own accord, or I can...
I have nowhere to go, Joe.
Figure it out.
You said that there's nothing I can do to rock you.
Figure it out.
Please don't do this to me. I don't have anywhere to go. Please, babe, please. I don't have anywhere to go. No, I don't have it. And yes, I said that's a pussy move. And
Amazing.
I'm just emotional. Why don't you understand?
And dude,
Oh,
like
yeah.
these
Guys.
these girls own nothing.
Here you go.
Oh god.
31. All right, so
Oh,
let's
okay.
say the street. Let's say the
When did you transition?
Oh my god.
I'm not talking anymore.
What? What do you mean?
If I did not, if I
Like
did
how long
not,
ago? Like how long ago? I mean.
She kind of likes it.
if I didn't have my streak, I would leave.
No, so like on Omegle, people stream themselves. If you can get the person to next you, then you win. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't want to pass him because she's probably streaming, and then it makes her look bad. She takes an L because she can't handle the heat. You know what I'm saying?
So fast.
I'm confused.
Why would you ask someone when they?
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Question is not okay.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I don't know why. Are you getting all teary? I'm not sure. Is it the estrogen or?
Oh my god.
Can't stop because I'm a fucking woman. I was born with a goddamn fucking vagina. Go fuck yourself. Fuck off, bro.
Wait.
Dude, no, fuck you. Fuck you.
Why are you getting mad? Why are you getting mad?
Why would you ask someone that?
I just wanted to know when you transitioned. It wasn't anything personal.
If your fucking mom died or something, that's why she doesn't fucking love you. Like, what do you want me to fucking do? Fuck that. That's fucked up.
Terry, how old are you?
Paul, no Diddy, no homo, but I love that dude.
Come on, dude.
I feel like it takes the piss when they come to the country and then they build their own.
Here you go.
I feel like it takes the piss when they come to the country and then they build their own community and they think that they have their. Let's say, for instance, Ilford Lane. That's the one place I could really think of. I'll be honest. They've taken over to the point where the British don't even want to live there no more. They move out to Dagenham, they move out to Essex because they want to get the fuck away from it. They're buying everyone out. They're trying to make their own shops, flushing money through the shops, washing money, dirty money, everything. And
he's talking about the Muslims, guys.
Keep things behind closed doors when it comes to all sorts.
This is who's that guy? Yeah, he's Easy EU.
Stuff. Let's face it. You know, that's how it be within their community. You know what I'm saying? English don't want that no more. Even, no offense, even the Eastern Europeans to a degree, but then there's a different type of work rate. They're not lazy. They're not just keeping things between themselves. They're still got to give back to the community. But when you think about the Asians now, or certain others, you know what I'm saying, they come along, they take the piss because they're not giving back to the government or the country England as Britain stands. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I feel like.
So and remember, guys, Asians means something else.
Means Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
I know Anonymous understood what he said.
Oh yeah. This is how they sneak it through all these statistics.
Hold on, guys. Where were we? There's one more that I want to show you.
And while you're doing that, pattern recognition.
Here.
The largest
guys, watch this. Watch this.
women's esports competition just took place a few days
Largest women's esports competition
ago, where a bunch of women came together to compete against one another in Fortnite at TwitchCon. And guess who won? A biological man. Congrats, Vader and Nina, Milk Cup 2025 champions. Hashtag the Milk Cup. And you can see them holding up this big trophy.
The dream come true. I'm just so happy right now.
And Vader, one last question for you. Coming into something like the Milk Cup Championship, a place for women, made by women, for women, what does it mean to be here now, standing here as the winner of a place like this that is about the presence of women in esports?
I think that it really shows that you could be yourself, be your true self, be who you are, unapologetic about it.
This is why the 19th shouldn't be around.
Yes.
I'm telling you guys, it was one of the worst things that ever happened to Western society is letting these knuckleheads vote.
And that there are spaces for everybody and that no one should ever give up.
Guys, give it up one more time.
Pull some clips. When they do those questions, when they ask women, should we repeal or end women's suffrage? Can you pull some clips like that? Those are fun.
Yeah. Let's do a whole thing.
We want to end women's suffrage.
On that, no, but I gotta be careful because that's one of the things that got Pearly Things got.
Okay.
Well,
with that being said, guys, so when we talk about warnings, exceptions are exceptions for a reason. They're exceptions, not the rules. And so the septum rings, tattoos, have your rules. And so for me, women that have the hair like Jesus, technicolor coat, tattoos, septum piercings, leave these chicks alone.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it is this, there were some pretty hot chicks out there.
Yeah, recreational use only. Don't wipe them up.
Hold on. The thing about a lot of white chicks are more dangerous because B-dubs you can see coming a mile away, right? You just run, right? You see them coming, you know what I mean? And they just start getting all loud. You know what I'm saying?
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
And all you got to do is a lot
when
of
they
these white
start
chicks,
coming, it's like Jurassic Park. You know how the cup of water. Boom.
But especially these hot ones, guys, right? The hot white chicks. They're chameleons, but
I was
now
just about to say they're chameleons.
Now they're making themselves easier to spot with the bull rings and the crazy hair. You know what I'm saying? So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down.
Hey AJ, can I please ask actually all of you guys, because I really value your guys' opinion. Please, in the private chat, can you just click the link and let me know what you think?
Oh yeah.
I looked at it. I say jump on it.
Yeah. This is a good deal, man.
No, that was one of the things I wanted to point out is, when I was younger, I turned my nose up at wagons and hatchbacks, but I drive a hatchback and I freaking love it.
Wagons.
And I'd get an older Audi or Mercedes wagon. I had a friend of mine was pointing me toward the older Mercedes with the 4MATIC. He said, "Man, those things are unstoppable."
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
the dentist I went to had the brand new RS6 wagon. He had one of these things, badass, dude. Look at this thing.
Yeah, but the cool thing about hatchbacks and wagons that the young guys won't appreciate is you can haul a bunch of crap with it.
Yeah.
Well, this thing is as fast as a Lambo, but you can put a big screen and a bunch of groceries in the back. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you're still doing an 11 something in the quarter mile. This thing. So
You can tow stuff with it too.
yeah, I think it's cool. But
Yeah.
all right, guys. I'm gonna shut this down. Guys, we'll be live on Tuesday, guys. I appreciate you guys. Here's to 20. What are we at now, guys? We're at 28K. So guys, let's try and
I
hit
thought it
30,
was 35.
30, 31.
35 is what it's gonna be.
Come on, just shoot big. Come on, man. Go big or go home. I keep telling you that.
Cool. All right, guys.
Quit underselling yourself.